This is the Code Breakers. This is Paradox exclusive. TC might be jumping on at some point. We'll see. Uh, just sitting back, watching a little football. Colorado versus the Oregon Ducks in the fourth quarter, and it don't look good. The party might be over. The party might be over. Now down 42-0. So just sitting back, taking it all in. It was a good run. I enjoyed it. You know, it's a good lesson to learn. They're celebrating. It's just funny, because the hate is on the way. Of course, the hate is on the way. So we'll see. Yo,
Yo, what's up, man? What's going
nothing
on?
much.
Man,
Chilling.
I think you're right, man. I
What's
think
up,
it's
Pragmatic Prime? What's going on in the
I
chat?
I think it's over, man. I mean,
I mean,
it's good that everybody.
I'm being facetious when I say that, of course. But go ahead, go ahead.
No, but as far as that hype, as far as everybody being able to eat on, and it's good that all the celebrities came out earlier because it would have been worse if they had came out after this. The hype is going to die down. So I mean, and yeah, when you
Oh,
lose like this, it's not just that you losing, you're getting destroyed.
this is great though. This is great. This is a great thing. This is a good thing. So
You want to see
I'm
who really
super excited
who really
about it.
rises.
Yeah, this is like this is the best thing that could have happened because it's almost like how a team. Remember when the Patriots went 16-0, 16-1, and lost to the Giants in the Super Bowl? Remember that? 15-1, whatever it was. 16, 17, they won 19-1. Oh, man, who else is
Yeah,
up? Somebody else coming up?
yeah, it was
Who's that
uh,
one? Ah,
yeah, it was good. It was good that I mean, it's not good. I don't wish 42 to nothing on nobody,
shoot.
but
The more you get beat down, I think it tells you where you are. You know who you are now. You know where you are. You know where you rank at. No confusion. It'll put your mind at rest. I think because all of that pressure from all of the things that's been going on, all that stuff, it can kind of bring it down a little bit. You could probably some of the guys can probably focus a little bit because like you said, they don't really have the best talent, which he knows that, of course. He's pushing them beyond the limit. You know what I'm
right,
saying? He's squeezing every dropout. So you run into a real football team, one of the best teams, and you get to see, like I said, you get to see where you are, right? Shador only thrown for what, like 96 yards, something like that. Woof, that's rough. You been watching the whole game? Oh, did you drop off? Keep going out, son.
yeah, I don't
Oh,
know
you
what
back?
happened. Yeah, I'm
Oh.
back. Yeah,
I said, Shador only thrown for like, what is he throwing for? 16 for 23, 96 yards.
mhm.
Have
Yeah,
you
but
been? Did you watch any of the game or no? Or you watched the whole game?
it's that the defense, his offensive line isn't giving him any help.
He
I think,
can't even step into the pass. He can't do nothing.
but yeah, the people that hate Dion is really gonna hate, and you're gonna find out who your real ones are.
Nah, it's just one game though. It ain't the end of the world. It was just fun hyping it. You know how they go. I
Some
don't
people,
think it. I think the people nothing. I don't think anything changes, but it does give ammunition to the people who, like you said, who's been ready to just go at them and go at the team. Of course, it gives them that. But that's what makes you. That makes you resilient, though. That's what makes you stronger.
mm,
You don't think so?
I don't know. I don't know. It's
Oh, you think it can work the opposite, where the kids get like, oh man, we Dion lied to us. We really weren't that good.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, they're gonna have a reality check because this is not the best team in the nation. This is the supposedly 10th best
The
team in the
10th
nation.
best team, supposedly, right off the ranking, right? And you better go
Right,
play number USC is what, number 5? No,
right.
number 2. I forget
No,
what
number
they are.
five.
Number 5. Woof. I know. Well, one good thing is that USC will probably be overly, confident. That could maybe help them, maybe. But they can't even get in field goal range, bro.
Yeah, that offensive line.
That's the rough part. You can't at least putting up 3 points or something.
But it just shows you that he's definitely got the program going in the right direction. It's this program is going to
Yeah,
rise.
he's showing man, like you said, he already said what he needed. He said that from day one.
He said, I need eight, 9 more dogs,
Yeah,
and all of them need to be on the offensive line. At least 5.
yeah. Because you get to know you. It's just I love it because you get to see no matter how hard you work with a team and get them ready for something, you can always get you know what I'm saying. You still only you're only going to get to a certain level. Like no matter how much you push, no matter how good they might be, once you get to something that's better than you, it kind of brings you back to that reality.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think they'll be like I said. I always thought it was going to take him 3 years to get like to a 10 where he can win at least 10 wins a season. And I
Yeah,
think he showed that he can move a program forward, but it just exposes his team to where all their weaknesses are. I mean, it really. I
yeah,
mean, it's clear. I mean, the line was
yeah.
already there, but now it just got completely exposed. And on defense, it looks like they need a whole new defense. Like every
Yeah, I told you when I saw I went and watched Oregon's 3 games, right? Remember I kept saying these dudes is they big and they fast. Oh man. I said these dudes is big, bro. Because they put up what 80 on Hawaii or whoever they play. I think they put 80 on somebody.
what's the? I mean, I stopped watching. What's the score now? Same score, 42
It's
nothing.
still 42 nothing. Fourth quarter, 12:56.
Yo, this coach.
Shador gets the ball, drops back. Bing. Did it hit the
Yeah,
ground? I don't think it hit the ground.
I thought this. I thought Vegas had the spread wrong. They said they were gonna lose by 21 and a half. I was like, they gonna lose, but they're not gonna get destroyed like this.
Yeah, yeah. We thought at least they were going to, put up a few. I was hoping they were going to just keep it close.
I'm like, they might lose by 2 touchdowns, but not no
Right,
3 touchdowns.
right.
Man,
Now we're at 6 touchdowns.
You know what Oregon remind me of? It's like when you coach Little League and you got a superior team and you just want to run up the score.
Yep,
And
that's
they,
what
they
it.
they going for 2 point conversions. They going for it they going for it on fourth down. They going for it on
Right,
fake punts.
right.
They're already up big. It's just like they showed them no respect. They like, man,
No
y'all ain't no real
respect.
football team. I'm not a
I'm
real
a I'm a
football.
I'm a I'm a dog walk you. It's good though. I like it. I love it. This is what makes football fun though, because like you said, it knows how much harder he needs to push everybody, his coaching staff, everybody. Because again, like you said, the buzzsaw is coming next week. This ain't even a bad game.
The thing is like if they playing at home, they might. I think Oregon defense might be better than USC, so it might not be as bad. But
Be as
USC
bad.
offense might be worse. It's better than Oregon's offense.
Right.
Oh my goodness. But it's not Coach Prime. Coach Prime just know he needs to upgrade the talent. The talent's been upgraded, but it's still not enough to be
To
considered
compete with the big with the top 10 boys, the big boys.
right. So he needs to upgrade this talent, and I think he also has to reevaluate his coach on the defensive side because the defense has never been good in any of the games.
Right. Right. I think you was telling me you was questioning that like 3 weeks in the first game. You was questioning that.
Yeah, I didn't. I never liked. I know that defensive coordinator. I'm a Florida State fan, so when I used to watch Florida State, he was the old defensive coordinator when He had Derwin James and Jalen Ramsey, some NFL guys, and they were struggling with all that talent. So I think it also makes you reevaluate, your staff, and then you all obviously know you got some talent deficiencies. But it's this year one, and I'm just curious to see how many people going to fall off the hype train, how many people going to jump off.
That's the best. That's always the best part, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
To see who ride with you when you win, because you know what, it's gonna teach the kids a lesson very quickly when you're very popular, and Dion's gonna let them know, because Dion, he's experienced all of it. So he's gonna say, I tried to tell you, right? Them phone calls aren't coming in no more. You're not getting them DMs like you were before. You know that? Because like you said, you're right. It's gonna be a big wave of negative. That first hit is gonna be a huge wave today and all this week, right? A huge wave.
Yo, that post game press conference is really what I want to see.
He's gonna probably, well, Dion is he's a stand up dude. So, but the coach was talking. The coach was talking trash. The coach was talking trash, by the way.
Yeah, he was. He was trying to act like he wasn't, but he was.
He slipped it in. Did you see it? Did you see it when they played it finally?
No, I didn't see that. What did he say?
I wish I had my computer up. But so he had a pregame, but of course he didn't. He'd been nice the whole. He didn't really say anything. And then at the pregame speech, right? He was like, he went crazy though, but he went crazy. Like he was like, this ain't Hollywood. This is such and such. Then he was like, we don't play for tweets and fans. We here to play football. He was definitely coming out.
Oh man. He was tired of it. That's what a lot of that other side of America don't like to.
Oh yeah, you know that, boy. That's that white savior right there, boy. But I'm gonna show you how that tells me how good Dion and his team is, as far as like he's having the sight. If this team was, if they were confident that they were going to destroy this team, he wouldn't have had to say that. In my opinion, he wouldn't have to talk crazy or psych them up, right? He was so that does tell me something, that he didn't want to give Dion anything this whole week.
Or it was just personal and it was pent up inside of him the whole time.
True. Because if you ever see that video, I wish I had. I need to put up my computer. The way you
said it, that sounds more than coach speak. That came from the heart.
Like crazy.
That was something more than football.
He was like, "This is our conference. This is what we do here. You don't just." Basically, he was saying, "You don't just show up thinking you something special." I was like, "Oh wow."
Man, this is going to be interesting.
Because he made a slick comment. He made a slick comment early in this, I think during preseason, about how when have they won. But he made a little quick comment, but that didn't really go anywhere because
But you see, Coach Prime was pretty quiet in this upcoming week. He wasn't really,
Yeah, he was quiet. Yeah, he was quiet all week. I was surprised by that too. I was watching that too. I was like, okay,
because he probably might have already
he probably knew the truth.
He already knew it was coming. He said, "Let me just keep my ass quiet this week."
What up, baby?
Yeah,
it was so quiet on social media. It was quiet.
I knew it would be a tough game, so I'm not surprised.
I was all in 100% Colorado for the upset, so I ain't gonna fake it. I'm 100% support. I'm all the way in. I'm committed.
I'm still supporting them, but I'm not surprised they got whipped.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. Like I told Marty, when I saw them boys, when I went back and watched their games, the last three games, the first three games they played, I was like, woof, boy, it's gonna be rough. But we did have some expectations. We did have some.
Oh shit, that's gonna be a rough one.
Yeah, but I was thinking, give me 21, give me 3 touchdowns. Right, get the ball down the field, give me a field goal. Yeah, the 0 is bad. It's still bad at the end of the day. It's bad. I mean, at least as far as outside of football, when we get to the media and you didn't even give us 7 points, 3 points. I mean, you're open for everything. It's gonna be machine guns, bombs dropping, drone strikes coming.
Yeah. Let them come.
They didn't even get a that.
Oh look! All the I told you souls.
Yeah.
We know more than you, Coach Prime. You know, we're in the media. We know more than you. We try to tell you.
Yeah. Let them come. Let them come. No one said it was going to be easy, especially in college football. Good Lord.
No, I think this is wonderful for them, though. Like on the positive side, it's wonderful. This is good. This is what you want. You want to know where you at, like I was saying. You want to know.
I don't want no 42, not the ass whipping. I know you said this is what you want, but I don't.
It is. This is good.
Oh no, this is make no mistake. This was an ass whooping. But what doesn't kill you make you stronger.
Absolutely. This is good.
But
yeah, bad things that happen to you is good. It's good.
I wasn't necessarily looking for them to go to the national championship anyway. So
I was fantasizing. I was fantasizing like in the movie.
Yeah, it's a nice fantasy. Don't get me wrong. It's a nice fantasy. I like to fantasize Purdue or Indiana to get to the national championship, but that'll never happen.
Right.
But y'all, the most important thing for him is though, is recruiting right now. You got to recruiting hit the transfer portal to build the program up to where you want to be at. And when you lose like this, these kids are wishy-washy. So you want to always look good in front of the younger kids trying to recruit to your university because they can easily be swayed.
And you're gonna. I think you're also gonna. And you're gonna also probably inspire high school kids to say, "I want to go help Prime," and maybe kids in other schools like, "I want to go help Prime."
Right.
He may get some of that love. You know what I mean?
I'm going to take the LeBron James route and go to Miami and be Wayne Wade and Chris Bosh. I think that's the generation of kids these days. It's not that they necessarily want to help out. They want to join. They want to join the legacy. They don't want to build. They want to go ahead and join the winning team. It's weird.
That was true. Then Travis, he wouldn't have got Travis Hunter. What you just said was true, though.
But he wasn't. His program wasn't bad.
What?
His program, his team didn't have a losing record when he took them over. They went like 8-4 when he recruited.
Travis. Yeah, to go to a small school though. People not no Power 5 school. It's a little bitty school he was at though. Why would he want to do that when he could have just went to what you just said? Because if what you said is true, then he's never going to get the help based on what you just stated, right? Because he don't need all the kids.
Yeah, you only get 25 anyway at the maximum players you can get every year. It's 25 out of high school, and there's a lot of good players. There's hundreds of good players. So all you need is basically you want to get 8-9 players every year out of your.
But why do you say kids these days won't do something? Why would you say that though? You just speaking just in general.
A lot of kids in general, how. Let's say back in the day you lost in the sport to a team and that was your rival, right? Let's say, for example, you say the Cowboys and the Redskins. You wouldn't want to play for the Cowboys if you played for the Redskins and you lost to them, in the playoffs or whatever. But kids these days will want to go in and play with the Cowboys because the Cowboys, hypothetically, I'm gonna say the Cowboys won the Super Bowl and they beat you, and they'll say, you know what, my team, we're good, but I want to play for a champion. And a lot of kids that are not trying to take down the power, they want to join the power.
Yeah. You mean some of the kids or all the kids?
No, I said a lot of them. I'm not saying all, but I said a lot.
Because back in the day, people ran to go play for those schools too, right?
Sometimes you had some loyalty, like it's just sometimes you just would never play for a certain program because you hated them, No matter how much they won, you're like, I don't want to be with that team. And you'd be like, I'm from this area, and these are my people, and I want to stay loyal to these people. But that doesn't exist like it used to. So I'm like, if you take it to the NBA, you would never see like a Michael Jordan say, "Hey, I want to play with John Starks and Karl Malone and go win a championship," or I want to go play with Magic Johnson or Larry Bird. Just like kids these days will want to do that.
I'm gonna let you have that. I don't know about that. I'll let you have it though.
I see it. I see it firsthand from the little kids that I coached. When I was struggling, nobody wanted to. When I was winning, everybody want to come. Yep. Man, oh man. What's the score now? Same score?
Yeah, 42-0. I think they took out the quarterback. I think they took out Bo. I think. False start. Colorado. Who got the ball? Another flag. They're going home. People are already going home. They just showing everything. I ain't gonna lie though, their stadium complex is nice. Ooh, it's nice.
That's Nike. That's Nike right there. The Nike founder went there.
They got the Goodyear blimp floating around. I said, man, these shots they getting is crazy. Second down. Bullied. I think they're like the 3rd-yard line. Yeah,
they got bullied.
Yeah, 7 minutes left. 7:46 on the clock. 42-0. Shedeur got the ball at the 3rd-yard line. He's throwing it out of the end zone. First down. I just want them to get at this point. I just want them to get one score. Just give me 3.
Right.
Can you give me 3? It's like the Giants-Cowboys game. That 40 burger we put on them. Yeah, these are what did Shannon Sharp call these? He used to talk about Dak all the time. These are the garbage yards. I forgot what he called that. So he moving the ball down the field, but they not pressing like that though. Yeah. Oh, Marcus dropped out. AB.
Yeah, if they get a score, I'll be good.
Huh?
If they get a score, I'll be good.
Yeah. Give me something to work with. Got to get my my Twitter fingers ready to attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point, Craig. Attack. You're right about that.
Yeah.
Let me see here. What are we doing? Oh, okay. I don't know where that's going, Shedeur. Jeez. Empty calories. Oh yeah, empty calories. That's what it was called. Empty calories. Empty calories. Huh? Yeah.
From CCH with you today.
Yeah, he said he might jump on, but he you know how he be all over the place. So
okay, it's all good.
But he'll probably he might get on. We don't know. I might do. We'll see. Well, I'm just gonna play it by ear, but he might get on at some point, depending on how long I'm on.
But yeah, I always knew this was gonna be a tough matchup for him, so I'm not necessarily too surprised or anything.
Yeah, and I'm trying to get ahead of the crazy criticism.
Oh, you know it's coming. It was always going to be coming.
I know, that's why I love it though. It makes it exciting when you get those ups and you get those ups and downs, especially when you know. Like you said, people are people fall back to reality and be like, look, we just happy that it was a fun run. A lot of ratings, a lot of products being sold, a lot of marketing and stuff, Deion giving you sort of a master class on well, he's always done it though, but kind of a refresher on how to market yourself, how to sell yourself.
Yeah.
How to make yourself marketable. So there's a lot of so many wonderful positive things. And how he handles the loss will teach a lot of young people. We've seen this a bunch of times over and over again, though. But I think it'll teach a lot of young people about how to handle things after when he starts to talk after all these, after the game is over with or whatever.
Yeah.
And put it in perspective. And like Marcus was saying too, we've known the defense had a problem from day one, so that's been ongoing. It's just that Shedeur was able to save us.
Yeah.
Because I don't even think Travis Hunter would have. He would have helped a little bit, but I don't know about how much. He might need 4 Travis Hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they got some teams on the schedule they can still beat though, so it's gonna be all good. I want to see how much grace he gets too. You know that you get to see you get to see that too, right? You get to see the grace and you get to see the psychopaths. And I hate to bring them up, but I don't know if you know Jason Whitlock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that dude has been going. He's been going just absolute psychopath on Dion. It's so weird. Have you seen his content lately about Dion?
I don't really care for him, but not really.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not surprised.
I was I surprised. I was and I wasn't. And the only reason why I was is as I was because he does it to every athlete. He has some kind of weird fetish uh, for black athletes for some reason.
Yeah, that's Jason Whitlock for you.
Say what now?
That's Jason Whitlock for you.
Yeah, it's kind of old school because he reminds me of old shock jocks back in the day that would just just make up stuff to just go at an athlete because he just want to kind of tear them down so they know they place that they're not special and then nobody should like them and worship them.
Oh, well.
He's calling Dion an idol and we're worshiping this man. I was like, bro, you doing too much, bro. That we're idolatrous and he's our idol.
Okay.
It's like, bro, come on, man. You doing too much.
It was never that serious. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose.
Well, what I find funny is that he's a positive role model. And you don't like it. I just find it strange and unusual. And he claims that he's a conservative. He claims that he's all these things. He's a God-fearing person. But I'm like, bro, you don't know how you sound, though. That's not what that sounds like.
Yeah, well.
But he moving the chains with 3 minutes left on the clock. They finally made it down the field for the first time.
Where they at?
They had like probably the 5-yard line.
Oh, they're within range?
First and goal.
Okay.
Yeah. So they should at least get 3.
Yeah.
I mean, it's garbage time, but it's better than 0. I would love a touchdown. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I would love a touchdown, but just give me at least 3. It's first and goal, so we got 3 chances here. He steps back, touchdown. Nice.
Okay.
Nice. About time. Boy, thank you. Give me something to work with. Oh, I went to his boy Michael Harris too. I like that. I like that boy.
Mm-hmm. So we're looking like what, 42-6 now?
Yeah, 42-6. Yeah, nice little rub right there. Boom. That was nice. Right to the tight end. Yeah, I like that.
Hey.
My bad.
Yo.
What's up, y'all?
What's going on?
What's going on, AV? What's going on? Paradox.
What up?
Hey, man, look. Give Dion.
Did they just block the field goal? What the hell just happened?
Block the field goal. It's all right.
Come on. Huh?
You said he didn't get shut out.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. That's all I've been praying for the last 2 quarters.
Yeah, the Oregon coach wanted to shut him out.
Yeah, he was talking. Did you see that? Did you finally see them post a little interview he did in a pregame speech?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Look, it showed what the issue is, man. The man needs about 2 years to recruit, man. You don't have the linemen to deal with this, this league. You just don't. You're going to see when you come and get the real program. Look how deep Oregon is. Oregon is deep as fuck.
Yeah, they deep. Yeah, they're beasts.
Deep as hell. They had years to recruit. Remember when Dion was in Jackson State, he was asked if his team could play a Power 5 team. What did Deion say? He said, "Hell no." And what was his reason? Paradox. His reason was because he didn't have. He said the boys are too big on the line. The lines are too big.
Boys are too big, too fast, too strong.
Yeah, the line. He don't have a lineman. That's what people overlook. They overlook these lines. Nick Saban's lines of he got real buffaloes on his line.
Right.
Corn-fed white boys.
I know.
White boys have been eating nothing but fucking corn and beef since they were 2.
Picking up bales of hay and shit.
You know what I mean? Then got some Samoans on there too out there. You know what I mean? So he need time to recruit because these lines are serious.
Ooh, Samoans?
Well. The dream is over, huh? The Negro Leagues is over. Come on back home now.
Nah, it's not over. Not over. It's not over. He's doing
It's
well.
It's over. It's over, Jay Sean. It's okay. Now we can go on, send these boys back on home to come help out, and they can probably work at the church, get some nice jobs at the corner store. We got some jobs for them, and
they're not the only our team to lose today. You talking?
That's a fact.
Man, they want to go 12-0, huh?
Listen, this ain't no Atlanta. This ain't no they ain't no Tom Brady on that team. The great white hope ain't on their team. So ain't no comebacks happening today. There's no comeback.
They lost the game, man. They lost to a good team. Oregon's a good team.
They lost to a real team.
Yeah,
that's a real team.
It's great for them because, like you say, they get the kind of the players. I think the players themselves sort of feel like, okay, this is what it feels like. This is what it looks like. Shedeur gets to learn, like, okay, now I know. It's gonna make him probably way better, even better than he is now, I think.
Yeah, but they still got to fix that offensive line. The offensive line is trash, man.
He can't even get into his set. Like he can't even get.
But you know what?
He might have become a running quarterback this season.
But you know the thing about it was this is what we were talking about last time, where a lot of black boys or black children, you know, they think they're the bee's knees in their town or in their county. But once they start traveling outside of that county line and they start saying, "Oh, I could beat that white boy," see, it starts changing. Starts changing the difference of, well, you at one time you didn't have to be able to read that play. You didn't have to know what the hell you were doing to know the drop back and stuff. Now you're dealing with people where technique and different stuff are coming into play. And see, this is that roadblock that some of them are going to hit. That some of them are going to start hitting. So yeah, it's a lesson that they can take and learn.
This is not a roadblock. You know, pressure creates down.
I don't think it's a roadblock. I just think it's something that they need to learn from. They can learn.
This is what you need. They learn it right. They learn in real time though.
Yeah,
this is how you adapt. This is how the world works. This is real life.
Yeah, the issue is that you got a guy that took over a 111 program. He hasn't had 2 seasons to recruit yet. That's the issue.
Now he can get no recruit.
Real situation to even think about. He doesn't have the players yet, like these other teams do. Period.
Now, okay,
I think it'll help him, and I think it'll also help him.
He hasn't even had a full season recruut yet.
Now, hold on. You know what it's going to do too? It's going to help him figure out exactly what he needs for his team. You know what I mean? Like he'll really know.
Everybody knows.
Because probably before he was thinking, okay, we need these guys for a line. We're going to need these guys. But then when you get in this game, he's like, I know exactly what I need now. So, especially
now I'm asking y'all. I'm asking y'all now. Now hold on now, but I'm asking y'all. Help educate me. Walk me down. Now, 1 minute it was like he going to open the portal. He gonna have all these people he bringing in recruiting. Now, oh man, he hasn't had time to get people. He needs more time. So okay. So did he have the time or not? Now,
I'm telling you what it is. I don't know what the other question is because I wasn't the person that said what you talking about.
Right. Calm down, Jason. I'm saying before people were saying
I'm not people.
All these black boys. That's fair. Okay. People. Okay. So when we have,
everybody said that.
Okay.
They don't know college football. They don't know programs. They don't know what the fuck they were talking about. So
let's do this. BMT, who specifically are you talking about as you introduce this statement?
Yeah, please.
Okay, so when I'm on a panel and I get to when I'm on the panel and I get to
what panel?
Okay,
what panel are you talking about?
So I got to be on Resident Bad Guys panel. When I got to also be on what's another good panel that I got to be on? I wouldn't say a citizen. It wasn't Citizen Luke. It was another guy on the left because they were telling me that I'm too hard on Deion Sanders about his program.
Hold up. How can you be hard on Deion Sanders, who's a multi-millionaire mega superstar? That doesn't even make sense. Those two things don't go together. You can't be hard on Deion. That's ridiculous anyway. So
now when you make the comment on national news. Now I came at it about when you make a comment about I'm looking for I'm making a comment.
It's impossible. That's ridiculous.
When I make a comment about you talking about, I need them single mother boys that with them anger and aggression and stuff. I'm like, that's pretty fucked up. You're saying that, Deion, because you saying that, damn well no other quarterback, damn well no other coach can get away with saying that type of shit. And you got that fat bloated Negro up there laughing like that shit's funny. And that shit,
are you speaking personally for yourself right now?
I'm speaking personally for myself.
I don't know what.
Jason, we know you don't know. You ain't always on panel, so you know you don't know what you're talking about right now.
So you said that you was person.
Huh?
I don't know what you're talking about. One minute we were talking about football programs,
positive football expressions about how great the game.
Okay, y'all just want to keep it on. Just say y'all just want to keep. Just say y'all just want to keep it on the positive.
I want you to cook.
Yeah, why
you want to go ahead and cook? I ain't stopping you. You're a free man.
Oh, listen, I know that, but I'm just saying that.
But I want you to get to the business though. Where we going with it? Come on.
So the business is this. Yeah. Did he have? So the whole time he was down there, and he took his SWAT team or his recruitment. Did them boys go with him or not? Did some of them boys go with him or not?
Now all of them.
Some players. He took like 40 players. Yeah. What's up?
So now we shooting straight. Are you saying that them boys that he took with him were not enough? That they were not enough for what he needed to do to get the job done?
Paradox.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
I can answer, but go ahead.
You can't be rational to think that he could build a program in a few months. That's irrational. There's no college program that's been built in a few months ever. You just watch the Oregon team as deep as fuck. 3 tight ends. Multiple linemen, offense and defensive linemen, linebackers, multiple. He has time. He has time to recruit.
They got monsters over there.
The programs have been around for like 100 years. It's just not rational.
But
okay,
you do.
Hold on,
one other.
What question you BMT earlier? And you just completely sidestepped it. Are you supposed to go 12-0?
No, I didn't hear you. What you say? Go ahead, Jason. What you say?
You supposed to go 12-0?
Was he supposed to go 12? Oh, I knew he wasn't going to never go 12. I knew that was impossible.
I'm just trying to figure out. Are you trolling and having a bullshit conversation?
No. This ain't no troll. This ain't.
Hold up for a second. We ain't doing this. So, are you telling me that you've always had an issue with Deion and what he's doing? Like, I need to know what you're really talking about.
Right.
Okay, I think the thing about it is. First off, I think probably because I'm talking from one panel and I'm bringing it over to this panel, and I think that's the correlation of the issue. When I found
the panels, why I'm not on? I don't go on panels. Why are you bringing that shit up?
Oh, well,
I'm not a part of that.
Well, okay then.
Breakers, baby.
No, I get it.
Well, there we go. There we go. So that
you hold up for a second. Do you understand what marketing is?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Do you understand? Do you understand what you ever heard of, like the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus?
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Like, did you enjoy yourself? It was exciting, right? You ever been to a
magic
show?
It was.
You been to Vegas? You been to a magic show? It's exciting, right? Illusions, right?
I've been to the lecture. I've been to the lecture.
Okay, so do you understand what Deion is doing, or you do not?
Yeah, he's marketing. He's trying to market and sell something.
Right. So then, what are you talking about then? If you know his strategy,
Okay.
it's a strategy. He's deploying a strategy, but then you're having this unusual conversation about something that doesn't. Those things don't core. I don't even know what you're really talking about.
Now I gotta ask. Now, Parrot, I don't ask you. What's his strategy? Could you tell me? Maybe you could read it. Maybe you're more
I mean,
seasoned than light.
I ain't nothing about being seasoned. I mean, it's really common sense. I mean, you've been watching it. Have you been paying attention?
Not really, Tim.
You,
Go
you,
ahead.
you haven't seen you haven't seen the ratings,
Yeah. I've seen that.
huh?
The ratings, as far as
Say
it
what
goes,
now?
as far as it goes,
Have you seen? Have you seen?
as far as it goes,
Have you seen all? Have you seen all the record-breaking scores? Did you see him raise $30 million in one day?
yeah, I've seen that.
Huh?
I've seen that. I've seen where
How much?
nobody nobody.
So what do you need?
We're gonna
What
cut
are you
people
asking
off.
for? What are you asking for here? I need you to get to it. What are you asking for?
So are we gonna
What
keep
do you?
cutting each
Let
other
me
off? Or
rephrase it. Let me rephrase.
are
I'm
we
not
gonna keep
cutting.
cut? Are we gonna keep
Right,
cutting?
I'm
Are we gonna
talking.
keep?
So answer
Okay.
this question.
Oh, okay.
Are you trying to check the energy that Dion is producing? Like you trying to like bring that and say, well, he said all these things, and now he's losing, and so now people are saying, well, I thought he brought everybody here. What's going on with the single mother child, the single mother, what do you
Yeah.
call it? Single mother kids or whatever he said. You're trying to bring that back up and saying that's a failure.
Yeah. I am bringing that up. Is there a
Okay,
problem with
then
that?
talk from that angle. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I am. But when you can sell that on national news, on national TV, that was your talking point, and then all of a sudden that shit's imploding on your face, you damn right we could talk about that shit. You
Well,
damn
talk
right.
about it. Go ahead.
Now, now I'm gonna let you know right now, Paradox. I'm just being honest from man to man. I didn't disrespect you like that on my.
I want you to turn
No,
up.
no. Hold on, wait. We two men. I didn't disrespect you on my shit like that. Now you disrespected me like I'm some boy.
You feel disrespected?
Yeah, fuck yeah. What you talking about? I don't
apologize.
disrespect. Okay, thank you.
Not bad. I ain't know it was like that. It's all good, baby.
Okay, we can move on from that. Now the
let's
thing
stay
about
right
it
there
was,
though.
now I'm saying he said some stuff. He said some stuff on national. He said some stuff on national TV about black people. It was funny, and I guess because it was prime time, there was no issue with him saying that. Now all of a sudden, I said, "Hey, when he loses, that shit can come back to blow up on him." No. Why you got a problem with Dion? I said, "Well, he's saying these things about Black America openly. So now all of a sudden, now he hits the old block. We can't talk our shit about that. No, he needs more time."
Can I ask you a question, dog?
Go ahead, Jay Sean.
Did it blow up on who he was 1-0?
No, did it blow up on him? He was 1-0.
Blow up on him 3-0, but now he loses the game. It blew up on him. What are you talking about, man?
No, see, here's the thing about it. You just said he needs more time. Yeah. Ain't that what you said? Okay, so you think?
And he's carrying what Dion has been saying from day one. But go ahead.
Yeah, you want this nigga to do something that no other white coach has ever done, huh? Build the program in a few months. No coach has ever done it.
BMT saying, "I'm not giving you no room." Is that what you're saying, BMT? I'm not giving y'all no room, right?
And this,
yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not giving him that room. I'm not giving him that type of room.
Because you're expecting greatness from him.
Hold on, let me say something.
You damn right.
BMT, let me talk real quick, man. Because this is the unfair shit that black people do to each other. Where you create impossible goals for another Negro. It's impossible what you're talking about. It's impossible. Nobody knew this. No one's talking about getting this guy winning a bowl and a championship and shit. No one said none of that. No one said that. No one could possibly say that. That's irrational. He doesn't have the recruits. He has to go out here and get the lines. He got to build his program like every other program has been built. Every other program. He got rid of a full staff, brand new staff, only kept 10 players. That's unheard of. To be 3-1 is unheard of. Nick Saban just said that. Nick Saban congratulated him, said, "This is a successful year as far as we're concerned." This is Nick Saban saying he proved to do something that has never been done before. So far, to be able to win and have a program that's even viable coming in the door with brand new players. It's never happened before. So he's already had success. And he gets one loss against a stronger, bigger team, And now here you come out here trying to rain on his parade. What's that about? I don't get it. This is a successful black man who's been excellent all his life at what he does. And here come another brother trying to find one little thing. He's going to lose games. He's going to lose games this year. He's going to lose games next year. He's going to lose games even after he has recruits. He's going to win. He's going to lose a game or two. That's how it goes. That's the sport. Power 5 teams lost all day today. He's not the only Power 5 team to lose today. So why did this black man got to get all this ridicule when he lose? That means you were rooting against him. Why? And this is what brothers do to each other over what? Some comments he made? He made a bunch of comments. You talk about white kids. You talk about other profiles, type of profiles and attitudes of kids. You hanging on one. He gave like 4 different profiles on that ESPN interview. And that's really how they do it. All schools do it. He just said it out loud. So anyway, that's all I got to say on the matter, man. Y'all got to stop this negative shit, you know what I'm saying, for no reason. It's just one fucking regular season game. One.
Yeah. That's why I like Jay. So I be needing you, Jay Sean. I need you, man. I need you, brother.
Come on, BMT. Give us something. I ain't switching up for nothing. BMT. Give us no. Listen, I ain't switching up for nothing. Like I said, hey, it is what it is.
So what has been your feelings about Deion? You know, just I don't know if you've been keeping up with sports all your life, but what has been your overall thoughts about it?
He's not a bad guy. I mean, the times that I watched him, with my dad, he's not been a bad guy. They're like, oh yeah, look at him. He's fast. He runs the ball. You know what I'm saying? You see a dark-skinned brother doing some pretty crazy stuff out there on the field. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was all cool. Hall of Famer. I got to see all that stuff. But
okay,
I said,
what do you see him as? Do you see him as something good, something bad, something negative? What's your assessment?
Opportunist. Seeing opportunists just like him.
So Nick Saban's an opportunist.
We're talking about Deion Sanders. Can we talk about Deion Sanders? Why are we jumping around? Talking about Deion Sanders. I'm not asking about Deion Sanders, man. Talking about Deion Sanders.
He's doing his job. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just how business goes. It's just how business goes. I mean, you listen. He making sure that. Okay, so if you don't like that, I say he's an opportunist. That's you versus what I say. I mean, ain't no problem.
Back up your statement, brother. I asked you if everybody has a job, they're an opportunist. Right. I asked you, BMT. I'm trying to see prove what you're saying. How's he not opportunist?
Okay, so he's definitely trying to make sure and ensure that his son gets the best possible, path for success.
That you want to make sure he's trying to create something for his son.
That's an opportunity. I mean, why wouldn't any successful man do that?
Do you know the opportunity is a pejorative, or you using it against some other form, or what?
If he was creating opportunity for somebody, be okay.
No, I mean, listen, I'll do that. I mean, I'll take opportunities for my son too. I've done that already. I do that right now. Like I said, I mean, he's making money. And he's making his money.
Self-serving person. How's he self-serving?
How's he self-serving? I mean, shit. He made sure that he was getting his checks, ain't he? He was making sure that I'm not feeling for somebody. Just say you want me to be on. Just say you want. I mean, Jason. Just say you want to be on the prime train. Just say you want to be on the prime train.
I'm trying to figure out this unfair.
Just say you. No. I'm just saying you. I'm not kissing your. I'm not kissing your Negro ass.
How much is the school making?
And Nick Saban.
Which one? Come on, Swag.
Colorado.
I just watched the commercial.
I gotta go look up that for how much they're making. I gotta go. I mean, they do make pretty good money. I mean, it wasn't nothing for them to pay to get Deion up there.
All the home games are sold out, and they've already made almost $200 million.
Yeah, I think so. Colorado's not opportunist. This is Deion, right?
Deion going to make 6 this year. Colorado's going to make around $200 million.
I'm asking you a question, Paradox. Is Colorado opportunist or is it Deion? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I don't believe anything BMT is talking about in no way, form, or fashion.
And come on now, we don't try to. Okay, so Paradox.
Listen.
This is not the convention.
Go ahead, BMT. I'm gonna give.
No. This is crazy. So. Okay. So you're saying. So you're saying that he would be a fool not to take the opportunity to make more money.
I don't know what you're
That's
talking
what everybody
about.
would do.
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Everybody.
All right, bro. Come on, man. Get out of here, man. Get out of here, bro. No, man. Paradox. Sometimes I don't know, dude. I think you be knowing when to turn off your brain, man. You just know when to turn it off at times, bro. You ain't slick. But that's cool. I expect Jay Shine to be doing shit like this. But
Jay Shine's the king. Jay Shine's the king, though. He brings it, man. He brings the energy, baby.
I expect Jay Sean to do that shit, but you know it's crazy, and you know it's crazy because Complex. You know so bad about this. Complex called me out on this type of shit. Like BMT, you ain't gonna take the check. You ain't gonna take that check, and I'm like, you know what? Honestly, if it means that I actually can secure the bag and make that type of bread, yeah. But I mean, honestly, Dion was like, yo, bro, I'm not getting my money like that. We're not getting the residuals. So well, hold on now. So what? So wait, so he
Nick Saban and some of these other coaches, he's not getting nothing.
Why we keep talking? Okay, but we're focused on him. We're focused on him. Why y'all keep doing the comparison, jumping off? Look, we fucking on Dion.
Because it sounds like you're anti-black. That's why.
In the military.
Oh, now it's anti-black. I mean, that shit don't work on me. Come on, Paradox. That shit don't work on me. Come on, stop it.
What you mean don't work on you? All you doing is talking over people because you don't want to be able to get a good point out. You know,
nigga, you been doing the same shit. Stop that bullshit, bro. Stop that bullshit, bro. You been doing that same shit, man. Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. You be talking. Hey, y'all been talking over each other too. Come on now. Fuck out of here with that. You been talking over people. Now y'all playing victim. Come on, man.
What you talking about, man?
Let Jay Shine go. Go ahead, Jay Shine.
He need to go get.
BMT is killing me, bro. I can't stop laughing, bro. Go ahead, BMT.
Do you know what point you're
I'm gonna mute BMT line. I'm gonna mute your line, BMT. Go ahead, Jay Shine.
All right, I'll mute myself.
Nah,
don't mute yourself. Stop playing.
Okay. All right, fine. It's all good, man. Look, man, we know we got Dion haters out here. I ain't crazy. I expect it. You know what I mean? You know, because you know when you asked me earlier.
That's why I started the stream, by the way. Go ahead.
You asked a question earlier about is you think he's a bad guy? I'm looking at Dion has been nothing but a coach to young men. Don't smoke, don't drink, never been in trouble. One of the greatest cornerbacks ever, one of the greatest athletes, played baseball and football, played at the greatest heights, coaches his children since they were little kids, you know, great fathers. Look at his kids, all 5 of them. You know what I mean? But we're gonna find something wrong with him. That's insane.
No, it's good though. It's good.
That's insane, man. Like, what the fuck you gotta do to be a great black man for some niggas? I mean, I don't get it.
I think you're answering your own question now, aren't you?
You're answering that question right now. I'm gonna go out here and start drinking and fucking hoes, man. Because I can't do. Why should I strive for greatness? For what? Why should I do it?
This what comes with it. This what comes with greatness, though. This what comes with it. This is how it works.
I see. You know, it's unfortunate, man. Like, damn, man.
That's how you know guys like him are great because of all that energy that comes to them that comes at them this way.
You know, I was talking to my homegirl earlier, Paradox, about the Dion situation and who was, you know, going back in the archives because this is actually a female who knows sports. And I was talking about the era, you know, when you had people like Dion who was a monster, people like Bo Jackson, Ken Griffey Jr., Mike Tyson, Michael Jordan, all these motherfuckers rolling at the same time. We have, as Negroes, the greatest athletes of all time, the greatest musicians of all time, some of the most important inventors of all time, definitely the best, the greatest civil rights figures in the world history. And all we do is we got to find something wrong.
But say that part again. You said world history. Think about that. World history, bro.
Wrong. And you know what BMT just asked a minute ago? I'm gonna pick on you, BMT. Fuck that. You said you gonna be on the positive side? Yes, nigga. Man, this gonna be positive. You're goddamn right. It's right.
Go ahead.
Nah,
go ahead.
Be good.
Go back to your world history lesson. I'm here for it.
I got out my system, man. I'm good.
You got it off?
Yeah, I got it off. I finished.
Yeah.
What's up?
Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? What's good?
What up, brother? Troublemaker.
I'm out here on the troublemaker. What? I mean, I don't know. I thought we had some football aficionados here. Like, I'm getting sick and tired of dudes trying to like make this whole Deion thing. Like, I swear to God, bro, I don't understand what the shit is. Okay, look, we college football. But this is college football. They played Oregon today. Look, what I was expecting, if Colorado, I wasn't expecting Colorado to win. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was not expecting them to win. If it was going to be close, what I was expecting was a shootout.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, that's what I was telling. See, now me and my stepmom, dude, we're like college football junkies. She went to Ohio State. She's from Cleveland.
Okay.
So
Cool.
yeah, I grew up. This is how I kind of grew up watching college football, right? So I already knew in order for this game to be anywhere close to being competitive, it was going to have to be a shootout. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay, that didn't happen.
It was a lambasting.
You see the line that they have?
This is what I'm talking about. Look, Oregon recruits Oregon recruits all these Hawaiians, Samoans, and Tongans from over here on the the Pacific Islanders and stuff from out here. All them dudes, like if they play football in high school out in Hawaii and all that stuff, they get recruited to all the West Coast schools: Washington State, Oregon State.
So that's their feeder system, huh? Wow.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm saying the thing was, I already knew this was coming, dude. Colorado ain't got that. They ain't got that kind of line. And I'm telling you right now, they're not going to be able to pull them kind of boys over to Colorado because of the weather. Right? They have this thing called island time. They say that these players be on island time sometimes, right? It is kind of a racist thing that they say because
island time is real though.
It is very real. I mean, shit, I'm on the West Coast. I deal with it a little bit.
It out there too. Yeah, it's out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I deal with it a little bit. I do. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I love it. You know why? It's a great. I'm sorry. What you gonna say, Jay Sean?
I was going to disagree slightly with Complex. But Deion's going to be able to recruit in the next 2 years. He's going to be able to recruit at least a starting line, right? Because
no, for sure.
Guys want to play. You know what I mean? They want
to especially when Sap get in there. When Sap get in there, it's a wrap. Exactly. When it comes to O-line, D-line, and like linebacker recruiting, Sap is going to bring he's going to bring all the boys to Colorado. And I'm talking about cats from
Florida and Georgia and Alabama.
Yeah. But I'm saying out here on the West though, out here like literally along the West Coast, right? All them boys that be playing on the lines and shit, man, they Tongans and Samoans and Hawaiians, fam. Big niggas.
Big.
Okay? Yeah, Colorado didn't have, I already knew they didn't have them for that line.
Is Haloti Ngata, is he Hawaiian? Haloti Ngata from he's played with the Ravens?
Haloti Ngata, the dude who played for Baltimore?
Yeah.
I want to say he was Samoan or Tongan. I don't think he was Hawaiian.
He was Samoan.
Yeah, I don't think he was Hawaiian. Nah, like Tua, the quarterback over at Miami, he's Hawaiian.
Yeah, Tua is, yeah.
That brother's Hawaiian. Yeah, he native Hawaiian.
Strong, little, and fast.
Yeah, you know what? Like a better fucking Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Like a way better Kyler Murray. But check it out though. That game today, man, come on, man. If you know football, look, the question was how bad was Colorado gonna get beat?
Yeah.
That was the question. The question wasn't whether Colorado was gonna win. The question was how bad were they gonna get beat? I was hoping for a shootout. You know, like 49-42 or some shit.
Yeah, just because I support Deion doesn't mean I'm not a realist. You know what I mean? Like,
well, no. See, Jay Sean, the problem is that a lot of, like, once again, dude, we be doing this Messiah shit with niggas.
Yeah.
Right? This whole prime effect. I'm like, okay, prime effect. Watch when they run up against Oregon, man.
Right.
They got USC next.
When you said Messiah, where hold on for a second. Hold on for a second. Where are you getting the Messiah? Where are you getting that from? The Messiah thing? Why'd you say that?
like it's this whole prime effect, fucking all this bullshit. Like, look, dude.
But it's called marketing. Now, why are you saying Messiah? What are you saying that?
Because what it is, motherfuckers want to act like you ain't never had no successful black coaches in the NCAA before. The quickest one I'll point to is Kevin Sumlin.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay. So that's what, dude. Come on, man. Like, let's not play this game because, like we said, we can talk coaching. We can talk this college game.
But a lot of people who are talking though are just casual people because it's just popular. And it's trendy.
No, but what I'm saying is that now it's sexy in the goddamn manosphere to sit up here and be a goddamn armchair pundit about college football coaching and shit when niggas don't know nothing about it.
I got you.
Hey, Bo Johnson,
Okay.
I feel you, brother. I feel you, Bo. That's funny as hell. Bo Johnson was like, man, they did have me believing.
I still believe.
Listen,
My belief ain't going nowhere. I love it.
Listen, I believe. I'm also a realist. I'm a college football nigga. Look, they were not going to beat Oregon today.
Nah, they weren't. And then
I wanted them to put up a close game, but I knew Oregon was going to win.
yeah.
Right.
Because they got their ass shellacked, bro. They dropping down to like 24. Bet you. Monday morning when the AP come out, they gonna be like 24.
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Colorado State dropped them from 17 to 19.
Wait, what happened?
I was saying Colorado State, when they beat Colorado State, they dropped their rankings from 17 to 19.
Yeah, that's because that's the thing. You got a Mountain West team that took them to 2 overtimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? Right now, guess what happens next when they play SC? Because Caleb Williams about to carve the Colorado defense up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gonna get their ass whooped. And that line, his
Caleb Williams is bad. That boy's bad.
Yeah, but it also Complex, his offensive line is the truth.
Oh, once again, bro, look at all them boys. Look at all them Hawaiians and Tongans and Samoans you got out here in LA, nigga.
Yeah, man.
That's who his
Now,
line
now
is.
I know, but I know that now their defense isn't as good, right? As Oregon's.
Who?
SC.
SC's defense is better than Oregon's.
It's better than Oregon. I thought it was not as good as
Yeah,
Oregon's.
well, look. Oregon only blew out. This is what also makes Colorado look bad because see they blew out. I'm trying to remember who they blew out 81 to nothing. I don't know who they blew out 81 to nothing. Was that Hawaii?
I got to check.
Oregon blew somebody out 81 to nothing this year. I think it was like the second game of the season.
I watched it. Yeah, the second game. Yeah, I was watching it.
Okay, was that Portland? Was that Portland State?
I think it may have been Portland. I think you're right. I think it may have been Portland. Hawaii was 55 to 10, and Portland State was 81 to 7. At least they got 7. Portland State.
Okay, they put something up. Yeah.
Now Oregon.
Yeah, they put something up.
Yeah, they put something up. They got a couple points. What Shannon Sharp calls I keep forgetting what he calls. It's so funny. He used to tease Dak about it all the time. Empty calories.
Look, here's
calories.
But I was gonna say the thing that I saw that this is the reason why I was like, all right, Colorado, if they do show up, if they scouted Oregon correctly, they could have a shootout, but Oregon's still gonna win. Because look, go and peep the highlights, or if you can't watch the whole game, I think it was like the first game of the season. It was Oregon and Texas Tech, or it was the second game of the season. Texas Tech took that. Dude, Oregon had to squeeze that out in the last few minutes. That was a close game.
Yeah, they won
against an unranked
30.
Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. See, so I saw the holes in what was going on with Oregon in that Texas Tech game.
But that's what people were banking on too, by the way, because they had to fight with Texas Tech that they was thinking maybe they have a chance to put up some points.
Exactly, because it wasn't as if Oregon them blew everybody out this season. No, Texas Tech took it to them.
All right.
Okay, so if you look at the results from Texas Tech,
did you watch
going up against Oregon?
Did you watch any of the game at all? The Colorado Oregon game?
No, my daughter was cheerleading. Dude, I was out at the field for her game.
Ah, okay.
I was just checking the score, so I got it.
Because it seemed like I'm trying to figure out what's the positive, because man, the offense couldn't do anything. I mean, he had about 90-some yards in offense before they got close to the end of the game.
Wait, how much did they say? How much total offense they got?
I mean, it's not much. I mean, they picked up a bunch of yards at the end of the game, but in the third quarter, it was only up to about 90 yards. So I mean, they was 3 and out.
Are you for real?
3 and out.
It was 3 and out the whole game.
Yeah, they couldn't kick a field goal.
I was about to tell you.
Let me tell you something.
The answer is 159 yards passing, 40 yards rushing. That's what they got.
One touchdown.
Most of that was in the second half.
That's terrible. That's terrible, because see, now here's what just happened also. So Oregon just gave up the ghost to all the D coordinators that's going to play against Colorado going forward. Y'all want to know how to shut them down? Right? You want to know how to keep their shit under 200 yards total, 300 yards total offense? You want to know? Here you go.
Who, Oregon?
Oregon just showed everybody how to do it.
Oh, yeah, Buffalo, yeah.
Hey, we still love you, BMT.
Oh, damn, Tayshaun, you ain't shit, dog. You ain't shit.
Nah, I love you, dog. That's my brother.
He ain't had to come off the panel. He could have stayed up. I don't know what he running for.
Even though he a hater, you know, even though he a hater, I gotta say it with the hard R. Hater.
What a hard R.
Yeah, hater with a hard R. Hater. Yeah. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, no, they get mad. I knew Oregon was going to out scheme them today, dude. I was hoping though they just Shedeur and them they could gun it with Bo Nix. I was just hoping they could shoot it out.
Nah, man,
them
cornerbacks wasn't giving up nothing, son. You hear me?
Dude, their corners were bigger than their receivers.
Glue.
Their corners are same size as their receivers, dog.
Yeah.
Hey, Paradox.
You know, Oregon's just a bigger team.
Yes, sir. What's up, Jay Sean?
I said there's a troll in the chat room. Block him.
It is?
Man,
Link in the bio. Who is this weirdo?
Anyway.
Appreciate that.
I'm gonna say I gotta get out of here because I gotta get up for a game tomorrow. Speaking of football, we went to the ELF championships tomorrow.
Oh, so soccer for us American lames?
No, it's American football. And
so this is in Germany.
Yeah, did you see that that viral story that came out of Germany with the guy that tackled the other guy by his dreads?
Nah.
You didn't see that? I can't. I'll drop the link in the back chat.
I've seen that happen. That happened like last year in was it in pros? I think I'm trying to remember.
It happened in the game this year. I was at the game.
Somebody got their shit yanked by their dress. Dude, homeboy's head just flew back and he just hit the ground.
Yeah.
And the refs they were like, nah, dude, that's part of the uniform. You can grab that. I was like, what?
Yeah. So last year it was Frankfurt Galaxy versus the Rhine Fire. I was at that game. And when it happened, but I'm going to the championship. My team lost Frankfurt Galaxy, so I still got tickets to the championship though. So I'm going tomorrow.
They got any former NFL's players over there?
Nah. It's a developing league. It's the ELF.
Okay, so they send them this way. Okay,
yeah, exactly. So you got guys like Reese Horn who was playing wide receiver. He's trying to make it back to the Canadian Football League, you know what I mean? So these are not the top nine.
CFL.
Yeah, these are guys that played in college and couldn't cut it in the pros, so they came over here. You know what I mean? So, and then they got a bunch of German and European players. But it's an emerging league. It's fun. They play good football, well coached. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But I'm a season ticket holder for the Frankfurt Galaxy, so I go to all their games. You know, and it's fun. It's a good time, man. They're doing their thing. This league has only been around like 3-4 years, something like that.
Yeah, I ain't been the last game I was at. Shit, it's been a minute, dude. I went to a JUCO game, Cal State Northridge game and a JUCO game.
Are you back, Paradox?
What was that?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But so, I just this whole thing. I don't want the dumping on Deion to start.
You don't want the what?
Right. The dumping on Deion to start because they lost.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Well, man. I don't see this. This is my problem. I don't know why, because if we talk X's and O's, I don't know why you think you should have went up in the Oregon thinking you was gonna win.
Right. That's what I was saying before you came on, Complex. I said it's irrational.
That's why I heard you. That's why I came up, bro.
Fucking irrational, man.
I heard you. That's why I came up, dog.
It's irrational. I mean, he needs years to build a program. This is a process. This is the beginning.
Bro, he done already won. He done won 3 times more games than they won last year.
Exactly.
They're 3-1. To my understanding, they have the same record Nick Saban has right now at Alabama.
In fact, Complex, if they only get 6 wins this year, somebody's gonna pick them up for a bowl just for popularity.
I mean, look, dude, I'm like this, dude. if they go 500, if they go 500,
Right.
that's a come up.
Right. What I'm
Because
saying
what
is
you
that
think gonna happen next year through the portal and everybody coming through the Colorado, man? You're gonna get bigger.
Exactly. Even at 500 complex, another team is going to invite them to a bowl. You know what I mean? Just because
I mean, they gotta
the money paradox, you know, the marketing and all that. A team's
Absolutely.
They get 6 points.
This makes
Yeah,
like we were saying before, that also it makes them stronger. It makes them, but this is good for them. It makes them better. So the hate will also be good, because I'm gonna tell you, I think y'all tell me if I'm wrong, but I think that this is what you want. Even Dion is gonna. I know he wants this, because when you lose a game, you get to teach your players at a high level what it's like when you get the hate. When everybody's going to come back at you, when everybody's going to doubt you. These are all the things going to make them better, make them greater, actually. This is a good thing for them. It's all good.
Well, wait. Well, Paradox, you were already getting the hate. Okay, you had a player targeted who probably could have been an impact player in this game, Travis Hunter. He's out.
I know.
Okay, so
they needed 4 of them, though.
I'm saying what it is that sometimes, dude, like, one player can be a difference maker for a team.
Yeah,
sometimes
it's a passing quarterback,
right? Like sometimes there's one player that can be like that dude who's like a spark plug for everybody else. Travis Hunter's that dude because he makes it happen on both sides.
Right.
He'll get both sides of the ball. You niggas playing on both sides of the ball. He'll get them in the game. That's why I really do feel as though they targeted his ass, him specifically, and they did. Yeah. They took him out, and I'm just saying, like,
terrible, man.
You're 3-0 going in to a number 10 Oregon in was it Eugene? They play in Eugene. Yeah, Oregon State plays in Ogden. They play in Eugene. So, you know, that was, dude. Come on, man. That's Nike. That's the Ducks. Everything is green, yellow, and whatever other goddamn color they rock. You know. That's one hell of a place to be playing at, and to think you're just gonna go in and beat them.
Well, they need to be thinking that. The players do, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Well, no, you're trying to win. You want to go in and think that. But what I am saying is that, look, they put up 6 today. No, 6. They didn't even get an extra point. Okay.
Blocked it.
So they put up right. So they put up 6 today. Okay.
Yeah.
So that right there, that's that awakening moment, right? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, if anybody really seriously thought that Colorado was gonna run the fucking table this year, bro, I got a bridge to sell you that goes from California to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, that was not gonna happen.
I gotta get over here real quick. I'm gonna just say this real quick, man, because BMT wilding out. Right, first of all,
shit.
First of all, 2 things, BMT. First of all, don't crash your whip, all right? Nigga, don't let hate, right? Hate impairs your driving, okay? All right, that's one thing. 2, there's nothing to defend, bro. There's nothing to defend. The question is, why are you attacking them? There's nothing to defend.
I mean, shit. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, dude, like, what? He lost to Oregon. What? So now what? What? Everybody now we just not gonna believe in Dion no more.
No, I think it's healthy because you get to see people. You get to see people's opinions and what they really believe, right? You get to see how people. You know how when things like this happen, right? And that was the whole point of losing too. By the way, you lose this game, then you get to see other people and how they respond to that, right?
But Paradox, he wasn't going. They weren't going to go undefeated. No. I don't mean that part. I don't mean the X's and O's part. I don't mean that part. What I mean is that the spectacle of it, the energy behind it, the excitement behind it. Remember something. When you support, and I'm going to have to interject race here because that's clearly what this is going to be at the end of the day, right? When you're supporting a black man, this is showing you what it looks like. That's all I'm trying to make. That's what me and Jay Shine. I mean, he knew it coming on the call. That was the whole point of the call, because what you're going to get to see is you're going to get to see what it looks like when you see something that's very positive. Meaning that, I think you were saying before, Jay Shine, no matter what you do. Yeah. When because you know how everybody say you want black men to do better, black boys to do better, everybody needs to do better, and then when you see better, you try to destroy it.
Does that make sense?
You know what? Let me say
Right.
this real quick. Let me say this real quick because Unreasonable Man and Mike V making some great points. Listen, Unreasonable Man and Mike V, you know why that was the case last year? Because he wasn't playing White Daddy last year. Now he's playing against White Daddy, and now niggas want to lose. You know what I mean?
Wait,
There's
wait,
people
Jay
out
Sean,
here
what did
who
they
are
say?
White Daddy affiliated or White Daddy sensitive. You know what I mean? So that's what's going on. All right. When he was
Well,
playing,
wait, what did he say?
There was no hate when he was beating
What
up
did-
black people.
What did he say?
Like Unreasonable Man said, I find it interesting that there was a much interest in Dion when he was at JSU. Very interesting, and he's telling the truth. You know what I mean? Because when he was at JSU, he was kicking black people's asses. But now he's pissed off White Daddy. Now he's making White Daddy uncomfortable. Here come the here come the sensitive.
Okay. But wait a minute though. But
no, it's White
but
Daddy
here's
and all his black children that's coming to support White Daddy to destroy Dion. That's what you're talking about.
Here come the familiars. You know.
Right.
But wait a minute. But wait.
I love that. I love that.
Well, hold on. Well, hold on. I'm just once again I'm thinking about his whole entire collegiate record as a coach. So I think he's 26-8 right now.
No, I thought it was like 26 and 27 and 3. He only lost a couple of games.
No, because he did 3 seasons at JSU. His first season,
Right.
he was like that was a COVID
He was
season.
he was like 5, 6 and 8 or something like
he
that.
was like 6-4 or 5-4, and then then COVID happened, right? And then the next season he was what 11-2. So that means he had 17 wins and what 6 losses, right? And then his final season he was 12-1, right?
Last championship game, right, against a bigger team.
Okay, so then that means he only had a total of 7 losses. So he only has
for being late for 5 minutes.
Okay, but look, he in his collegiate career as a coach, he only has 8 losses.
Right.
Come on, we gotta. Oh
but
man,
this also proves the point. When he lost the championship last year, he was going up against a bigger team. This size matters in this game. This is not, you know what I mean? Size fucking matters in football. That's why when he was asked about playing a Power 5 team, his JSU team playing the Power 5 team, he said, hell no.
Like, hell no.
You don't have them boys up front. You just don't have them. And you're not going to get him in the first year. That's not how it works. That's not how this system works. You know what's crazy? The argument y'all was having with BGS the other day and the conversation I had the other day and a couple weeks ago, it was about the process.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when y'all was in Paradox, you and DC were breaking down how other colleges go at each other because it's all competitive. Yeah. That's why people were pissed off when he got Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Massively pissed off. Massively pissed off.
There was Power 5 coaches and acolytes and ESPN and the media, you know what I mean, looking down on that because that's a threat to their system.
And how many private phone calls you think they were having?
Exactly. This needs time. This takes time. This is a fucking marathon, man. This is not a sprint.
And this is a multi-billion-dollar industry, by the way.
He's going to be 12-0. So that means you were waiting if he was 6-0 to lose the 7th game. You know what I'm saying? To say something.
Bingo.
Do you follow just sidetrack? Do you follow the car industry and what Elon Musk has been doing? Do you follow any of that stuff?
I'm sorry. Say it again. Paradox. You was low.
Say that again.
I was
Paradox.
saying, have you followed any of the Elon Musk car industry stuff over the years? Have you followed any of that stuff?
Not really.
Yeah, I do. Well, yeah.
I know you do, Complex.
Well, no, I mean you even know about the contracts and all that with Tesla and all that.
No, I was just saying, that's a longer conversation about that. But just that when you're an industry disruptor and you're brand new to the industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry and they try to destroy you. Remember, the big 3 car companies has pretty much stopped every car developer for the last 90 years from being able to mass produce cars until he got here. Even Joe Biden won't invite him to the White House when he has the Green Day thing and bring in General Motors and Ford and Toyota to the White House. Didn't even invite Elon because, again, he's a disruptor, right? So I was just using it as an analogous to Dion. But if people haven't keeping up with that stuff, then it doesn't work. But it's just an example of just watching Dion disrupt something. It makes people uncomfortable. The sad part is, maybe not even sad, but the reality is it's going to make a lot of black men uncomfortable as well.
Well, once again, dude, like, here's my problem. This is what I kind of don't like. It's really this sort of the messiahification of Dion.
Right.
And the reason why I say that is
made
because
him a messiah.
wait, hold on.
Say that.
No. That you're not.
That's
You're,
not
Paradox,
real.
No. Yes, it is, and I'm going to tell you why it is. Because how many wait, hold on. I got a question for you. You're a football aficionado. How many people know of Kevin Sumlin?
Zero. No. Outside of football.
Wait, no. I'm asking you. Well, I'm asking you that again. How many people know of Kevin Sumlin?
Yeah, pretty much nobody.
Okay, is Kevin Sumlin a more successful collegiate coach at this point in time than Dion is?
Yes.
Okay, how come nobody did the messiahification thing on him?
Right.
Okay, I got you.
So what I'm saying is this is a black culture thing, and what I'm trying to do is remove that from the damn conversation and keep it on football and talk X's and O's.
Right.
Because I'm like, everybody want to act like Dion is like the first successful black college coach. I'm like, bullshit, dude. Kevin Sumlin was putting it on niggas at Houston and at Texas A&M.
Right. And here's the thing about Messiah complex. It works both ways. All right. You got some people who want to deify you to the positive and act like your shit don't stink, right? And you can't do no wrong. And then the other side of Messiah is you get a lot of haters. Like, well, he didn't do this perfectly. He didn't do this right. You know what I mean? Like we saw today. You know what I mean? He's not we're not Messiah. We're not a Messiah complex. When you talk about, I sit here and say it's going to take him 2 or 3 years to get his program right to recruit, right?
But you're being realistic, Jay Sean, when you say that.
I'm not putting him in the Messiah complex. I'm putting him in the same realm as every other fucking coach. This is the process. All right. That's what I'm saying. All right. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was saying earlier with BFT was in the chat room talking about defend force. I'm not defending him no different than I would defend any other coach in this situation. Any coach that did what he did, took a 1-11 team, took the whole staff out, only kept 10 players and was 3-1, that would be successful. And Nick Saban said that. So if I'm putting him up on the pedestal, that means Nick Saban is, and I don't think so. We're just talking, chops. The bottom line is that it's going to take him time to recruit and get the team that he needs. He cannot compete with the teams the programs are already up in the league. You can't. There's no way. These guys are too big. They're too strong. They got fucking deep benches. They recruited 3 or 4 tight ends, 3 or 4 receivers. You know what I mean? They got big.
They deep. The depth chart's crazy.
Ridiculous. You know what I mean? That alone. Even if you had, all right, let's say he did recruit this 1 year, right? This whole season complex. He recruited the biggest lines, right? He still would have to have a depth chart. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? The guys get tired. You got to have people going in and out. So this is what I'm saying. People are not watching. They're not talking football. You know what I mean? They're talking the Messiah.
Yeah.
They're talking personality.
Thank you, Jay Sean. Thank you, bro. Like you gotta keep it a buck with this, dog. Like we gotta look at the matchup.
Yeah.
We gotta look at matchups.
Those guys were tired, man. They don't have the depth. Period. You don't have it. You know what I mean? So it's going to take time to do that. We know that. So this team goes 6 this year. I'm happy with that. He'll get a bowl. He'll get to recruit more people. The program will go on. This is not a 1-year thing. He's going to be there for a while.
Come on, man. He said, dude, he's going to be in Boulder for a minute. And look, if he hits a bowl and he wins that shit, that's $350K in his pocket, bro. We broke down the contract.
This is a big business at the time. We got to keep rolling, man. So look, I don't know how long Shador's going to play there. That might be the biggest problem he's going to have. I think he's going.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now. Yeah, he got. He's recruiting
that kid out of Michigan. He's trying to for 2025.
Well, Shador is already. They're already projecting them as a top 3, right? And that's 3 games in. They're projecting him as a top 3 quarterback. Okay, so I'm sorry. And with a quarterback who would go within the first 3 rounds of the next draft. Okay, they're already projecting him as that. That can go up or down.
Right.
Okay, that can go up or down. But right now, the scouts, the NFL scouts,
Look at how the offensive line is playing right now. Shit.
Okay, but but check this out, right? So between him and Michael Penix Jr., the cat who's leading the pack in passing up at Washington right now. That's another brother, by the way. Michael Penix Jr., he leads the pack in passing. Okay. Shedeur was right behind him. Now, after today, I don't know.
Right.
After today, I do not know. But I'm just saying, dude, with everything that Colorado is kind of like faced with, look at where he's at as a quarterback and statistically speaking, dude. But before this game, he was the second-rated quarterback in the pack.
All I know is that USC going to give him that work next week. And after that, they got ESU, Stanford, UCLA. It don't get easier.
Those are winnable. I think a lot of those. I think after you go against Oregon and you go against USC, if you go against UCLA, and I think UCLA they're ranked right now. They're playing good, but I really do think they've kind of run a little bit of a cupcake season so far. Right, Stanford, you can look. See, here's my litmus test for Colorado right now is TCU, because TCU played for the national title just last year.
Right.
See, so I gotta hold that as a standard. I gotta hold that shit as a standard and make my players. I'm like, look, I don't give a fuck how y'all feeling. We just took an L. Don't give a shit. We took it to the motherfuckers who just played for the national title last year. Y'all niggas need to get your heads in gear. Look, and then get on my coaching staff, especially my fucking coordinators. You niggas need to do more tape work and figure the fuck out what the game plans needs to be. We too exposed right now.
You just made the point. The next 7 games they got against West Coast teams. You just made the point. The lines are going to be enormous. And that's where the problem's at. The problem with Colorado right now is in the line. The depth chart, they got depth issues in the fucking lines. The lines are still and they go against West Coast teams full of Samoans and white boys, and it's going to be a problem. I'm talking about corn.
Swear to God.
You know what I mean? And
man, look, people don't know. Hey, Jay Sean, niggas don't know. When you go to Utah, when you go to Arizona, you play
Utah's gonna be tough.
Utah ain't nothing but Samoans.
Yeah.
UCLA. These are gonna be big lines they're going up against, man. ASU.
Man, ASU, that's my squad. I'm a Sun Devils fan for life, dog. That's my shit.
Shit, man.
Got a ton of Samoans and shit playing on. That's why I'm like, man, look. The thing on the West Coast is you recruit these Tongan, Samoans, and Hawaiians, man. These big niggas that be playing linebacker, shit, safety, hard hitters and shit.
But niggas,
y'all know who Troy Polamalu is, right?
You know what I mean?
Shit.
One thing I like about what Deion did though is the 2 coaches he picked up. The one he picked up from Nick Saban. He picked up one of his coaches. You know what I mean? So this means this is long term. You know what I mean? This is going to be a long term.
Yeah.
Colorado's going to be nice in 2 years, man.
Colorado got long term money in it, and they already signed to go the Big 12, I think.
Yeah.
They're going to the Big 12.
They already so they going to the Big 12. They going big money conference.
Yep.
Look, they gonna get players. They gonna get players through the portal, bro.
They're gonna get players like a motherfucker. So it's coming.
You gonna get players.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
All the motherfuckers.
That's why I'm like, dude, don't trip on this shit. Do they 3-1? Don't trip on the L, man.
He get that Gatorade bath and he's carried off the field in 2 years.
Come on.
I don't want to hear it.
Come on, man. It'll all be worth it. Look, his first year at JSU, man. Look, he took some L's before COVID knocked the season out. So he went through his first year struggles at JSU. This ain't look to go 3-0 in the pack, my nigga. Like, goddamn.
Crazy. Yeah, it's crazy what he did so far.
The pack is the toughest conference right now in college football.
You think so?
Yes, sir.
By record, yes.
By record, yeah. By rank.
You go by ranked teams. You go by ranked teams and record. Yeah, the pack is the top conference in the league right now.
Okay,
I'm sorry, in college.
My talent. Okay, I hear you.
So I'm saying it's like, dude, like people gotta have to chill on Deion, man. He took an L, but it's like, nigga, do you know what he done came into?
Yeah.
Y'all must not know your football.
Everybody who knows football knows he don't have a squad yet. You know what I mean? So they're using either they hate for Deion as an excuse to to put the situation down. But those who know. All right. And that's all. That's all. I want to talk football. If niggas want to get into personality complexes, like you said.
And you want to get up? Yeah, man. Leave me. I'm up out of there, bro.
Let's talk football.
I'm up out of there.
You know what I mean? Let's just talk reality. You're not building a program in a few months. That's not happening. It's not fucking happening.
You just-
Niggas want, not only they want him to go 12-0 complex, they want him to do something that's never been done before.
I mean, dude, look, Brian Kelly, he left Notre Dame, went to LSU, right? In his first year, I think he went either 7-5 or 8-4. Okay, like nobody expected him to just go right over to LSU into the SEC and just run the man. Come on, man. They don't even do it for dudes like him.
Paradox.
Huh?
Yo, man, somebody crash his car, man. All right. Stay out there, man. Highway Patrol. Somebody go find BMT. My brother, man. Shit. You know.
Hey, I'm gonna mute for a second, y'all. Give me 1 second.
Oh man. Yeah,
That's funny.
You have to be more careful. You know. You have to be more careful. Yeah, but anyway, Paradox, man. I don't know how you do it, man. Yeah.
Hey, it's a grind, baby.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what,
grind.
I'm interested to see the other brother, the brother that paid for UFC. He a bad brother. That's a bad boy.
Yeah, Caleb.
Yeah, he gets busy.
Who? Caleb Williams?
Yeah, he's going.
Oh, bro.
You think he's leaving this year?
He another wizard out here. Huh?
You think he's going to the league this year? You think he's going to leave?
Yeah, I think so. I think somebody who really needs a QB, like a dynamic one, they're gonna go ahead and just let it put it in his ear, like, bro, if you go ahead and declare, we got you. I think it's gonna happen this year because USC, I got for the pack. Truth be told, man, I got USC and Utah slugging it out.
Who did you just say? You said USC and Utah?
Bro, did Utah lose today? Oh, they won today. They lost. Oh, Utah. No, they beat UCLA. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they beat UCLA. You said USC versus Utah?
Yeah. That was a close game. Oh man, this is a tough league.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. Well, hey, Paradox, what were you saying just a minute ago? I jumped off and you were borging. I wanted to hear what you said.
Oh no, you were saying USC versus Utah, right? That's what you were thinking.
Yeah, I said I got Utah and SC slugging it out for the pack.
For the pack.
Yep. Like people sleep on Utah, but Kyle Whittingham then had a squad over there for the last like 4 or 5, and they don't play for the pack title. Like, huh?
You don't think Oregon gonna make no noise?
Nah, I think when Oregon has to play Utah, you're gonna see Utah beat up on them.
Okay.
Utah's a physical team, dude. What they do is they mix it up, but they run a lot of like power football. They run the ball a lot. They run it down the field. They push it down niggas' throats. And then what they'll do is to get the defense to back up a little bit and open up the backfield. They'll then start to toss the ball out.
You talking about Oregon, right?
No, I'm talking about Utah.
Oh, Utah.
Yeah, because he was saying you don't think Oregon is going to top Utah. And I'm like, well, the game is going to be when Oregon has to play Utah. Because Utah done kicked their ass a few times over the last few years.
Well, Utah. Oh shit! Oregon has to play in Utah too this year.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm saying Utah is no joke. Like you talking about big motherfuckers on the line and shit. That's Utah. They probably got the biggest line in the pack.
Damn.
On both sides, bro. I'm not playing.
Season for and Colorado got to go to Utah last game of the season too.
Shit.
That's gonna be a slaughter. That's gonna be a slaughter.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's the pack, bro.
I think Deion, man, he got to figure out a way to protect Shedeur because these lines are too big, man.
Bro, but like you already said it, Jay Sean. They're gonna have to recruit bigger line.
I'm talking about this season though. Just this season alone. How you gonna? Shedeur got sacked 7 times today.
Okay, so as an OC, bro, I'm gonna tell you my answer is gonna be I got to get creative with the play calling. I'm real shit. You got to find an advantage.
Yeah.
If you know that you're going up against somebody, all right, they line is bigger than me, they corners is this and that. Okay, I gotta outthink them. You want to know who does this? I told you, bro. I study this shit. You want to know who does this and kicks the asses of teams much bigger than them on a routine basis? Navy. Ken Niumatalolo. He runs the triple option, dude, out the fucking wishbone. Look, by midway through the third quarter, the defense is mentally tired trying to figure out what the fuck you're gonna do.
Right. But it's also physically tired because they run that shit a lot. You right?
Oh, I'm just saying, you gotta pick your advantage, bro. Navy is a smaller team on average, and they play in the ACC. I want to say.
That's a good point. What up, DC?
Okay.
Yo, social media got me cracking up, bro. It's so funny. It's gonna be a fun week, boy. Yeah, it's back and forth. It's fun. It's funny stuff, though.
Damn, that's crazy. I don't. You know what, DC? DC, you there?
Yeah. I'm here. I'm just
I'm gonna just start smoking weed in front of my daughter, man, and just stop paying bills. I don't want to break. I don't want to be a good man. I don't want not because it seems like it don't pay off. You know what I mean? Seems like it don't fucking pay off. Fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna mentor kids no more. I'm not gonna be a good example of the job. You know what I mean? What's you know what I mean? How great do you fucking need to be? Complex? God damn.
Yep.
Walking around with 3 toes, man. You on the stop? What the fuck?
3 toes.
Come on, man. No, dude, not the toes.
I mean, shit.
All right. Try to commit suicide, depression,
blood clots every morning. Got
blood clots.
Lost his time, and he still got. You know what I mean? He still ain't shit.
He lost 3 relatives to blood clots in their 50s too.
All I did was lose to Oregon, bro. Like, damn.
I mean, shit.
Yeah, but it's bigger than. I know you want to keep it X and O. I know you want to keep it X's and O's, but in America, man, it's always going to be.
It's X's and O's, bro. When Kevin Sumlin took a loss, nobody had really nothing to say outside of the college football pundits. Yeah. Oh, they should have called this, missed call here. Oh, they missed the field goal here. That's what they got to say about that.
He's not gonna let us do it. I said he's not gonna let. I'll let you have it. Though. He's not gonna let us have it.
Man, come on, it's X's and O's, man. Why y'all think he was gonna beat Oregon?
I ain't gonna beat you down on it. I'll let you have it.
No. I need to understand. I need to understand why people thought Colorado was gonna beat Oregon. From a realist. Wait, DC. This is what me and Jay Sean are saying. From a realistic, that's what I'm saying. X's and O's. From a realistic standpoint. Why were y'all expecting Colorado to beat Oregon?
Listen, anybody that knows football know that Oregon is from top to down are a supremely talented team, way more talented than Colorado.
Okay.
No way. But the bigger argument or the biggest thing that's happening with them, man, is the fact that, dude, there is no way that this is not bigger than college football. I just came out of a household where everybody's watching this game, and I'm telling you, bro, it is
never watch football for their life.
It is on a different level. You understand what I'm saying? Like it ain't just one loss, dude. Listen, man. This is DC, like a DC household where everybody's city folk.
I know.
They don't really pay attention to college football like that. Not like that, bro. And especially when it comes down to anything else, anything past Texas, we don't pay attention to college teams like that, especially out west. So the fact that people are watching Deion and the emotional toll that it took. So everybody on Twitter, like one of my little cousins, he's on Twitter. He's just like, man, they are killing Deion, bro.
I love it.
They are killing Deion.
They killing the Buffs. No,
no, sir.
Wait. You mean no, I'm sorry. Wait. I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. You mean when you say they're killing Deion, meaning like him personally?
Oh, yeah, it's personal. Oh no, they wanted this.
My bad. I misunderstood. I misunderstood.
They want. Dude, did you see what the coach said? I didn't even have no idea that the coach.
He was talking crazy.
Oh my God.
What he said was he said. He was like, I'm not going to take much hype from a team that was just 1-11 last year. Which you know what? That look.
Oh, you didn't hear. Oh, you didn't hear the real comment,
bro. Nah, no, I play ball.
Hold
I know.
DC. Hold up, DC. No, you didn't hear the other comments yet, Complex. What he said.
No, that was the one I heard.
Oh no. Yeah, you gotta go.
You gotta hear the fresh comments.
Yeah, he said they fishing. He said they fishing for clicks. What did he say? Something they fishing for clicks, and what is something? Oh man, it was bad.
He said he was like, we ain't Hollywood. They talking about they Hollywood and we this, and they out here chasing clicks and we out here chasing wins. This is about football. This is the real. He went through a whole diatribe of just talking.
Oh, okay.
Out of his mind, crazy. I was like, there we go. That's here right there, baby.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right?
I love it. Look.
I'm gonna tell you like this. As a coach, dude. Look, you gotta have that kind of energy, dog. And you know what they did? They went out and just did that shit. So it is what it is.
But he made sure he ain't had the energy until right before the game started because he didn't want that to get clipped and I don't think it would have mattered. So I don't even know what the point was. I don't even know why he had to say it. To be honest with you, you knew he was gonna be.
Well, no, I don't know because honestly, as a coach, what you're not trying to do is really get your team and your players wrapped up. You want to keep them focused on the game, and then what you'll do is right before you start snapping. But at that point, dude, we counting down to go time, right?
It was a smart time to talk trash.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying. He chose the right time. He chose the right time.
It was definitely smart because he went crazy, and that's going viral.
I gotta get out of here because I gotta get up for this game in the morning. I gotta drive up to Dusseldorf, excuse me. But look, man, Paradox. I don't like my 800 credit score neither. I'm gonna let that go.
Oh shit!
What's the point?
I feel you on that.
What's the point? I'm gonna stop making my car payments too. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Because being great, I don't.
being black and great is the problem.
It's a problem, yeah.
That's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem.
Anyway, man, y'all be good, man. Good talking to y'all, man. I'll catch
y'all. All right, man. We appreciate you coming through, man. As always, we know you don't really come through, so we appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me. Later.
All right, bro.
Yes, sir. Y'all still there? I done got quiet on me.
No. I'm here, bro. I just muted for a second. I'm at the grocery store picking up something.
Okay.
But I'm listening in. Y'all got it.
DC, you there?
Yeah. I'm here, man. I just have to step outside real quick. I'm picking up baby girl, so. But yeah, that's man. Whew. They listen.
This is great. This is great. This is great for them.
You said it's great. This is great for who?
For Dion and them.
I agree.
I don't know about that. I mean, like I said, I gotta see how how the team bounces back, because it's a difference when you have that sense of like we can really win every game.
Invincibility.
Yeah, and then when you get humbled to the effect of where it doesn't matter what was said out there, it doesn't matter how you try to draw it up, you just can't beat this team. That's how it is in some college football. Like their talent is at such a deficit that you see it, oh nah. You already know. You're like, oh man.
Hey DC, I have a question though, right? You see, so right about now, you got Colorado basically sitting at where Alabama is, for example, right? I mean, they're 3-1. That's why Jay Shine and I, we were kind of talking more the X's and O's of this. I was like, for anybody who sort of knows this game, that was sort of like a tall task expecting Colorado to come in and beat Oregon. I told Paradox when I first came up, I said what I was hoping for was a shootout. Okay? Because here's what that would have done. Even though they would have lost to Oregon, if Oregon would have put up like 49 and Colorado put up like 38 or 42 or or some shit like that, right? That bodes well for Colorado. Okay, that bodes well. The game today, as it was played, I was expecting them to lose. Not quite like that, right? But listen, that L was coming at some point. They was not going to run the table this year. I don't know what people were thinking.
Right.
I don't know what they were smoking.
Right. They wasn't going to run the table. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I don't think anybody believed it, but it was still fun though. You know, it's fun.
You wanted it to be competitive. You didn't want it to look this lopsided to where it's going to be hard for them to kind of even, you know.
But you also notice how this society, at least certain people in the society, do not like people to be happy for some reason or to be joyful. I find that it's kind of funny actually.
Wait, repeat that again, Paradox. I want to hear what you said again.
No, I was just saying it's just funny how a lot of people in this society don't want people to be happy and joyful and hopeful and having fun. You know what I mean? So it's like, because it's a football game at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, but it's fun just to enjoy something, right? First of all, not everybody just the people who's a fan of Colorado. Dion has made people a fan of Colorado, and just the sheer excitement and just fun. And it's just interesting when people start seeing folks. I remember when Barack Obama got elected. Who was that? DC?
Yeah, we're getting cranking. Hold on.
Son, let's go.
Wait, what's going on?
Yeah, they're playing some go-go. He rocking.
No, I mean, go ahead. What were y'all saying now?
No, I was just making a point about people being happy about something, and it's just funny how a lot of people in this country likes to steal that joy. I always find that kind of entertaining.
Yeah.
So I remember when Barack Obama got elected, and people were just happy about it. Not the X's and O's of politics, but just seeing people happy about something. I always find it so funny that it makes a group of people start to hate it.
Well, you know what? Here's what happens.
It's like this weird impulse or this knee-jerk reaction to like joyfulness, even though we know, like at least in football, that it's just fun. It's just so funny to me. That's all.
No, that's not what it is. Is that there's like this is why I said the.
Are you saying that's not? You're saying that's not what it is?
No, I'm saying that. That's why I'm saying like I said the Messiahification, because what happens is that.
But you're going to. I mean that word is so strong, man. Nobody thinks beyond no damn Messiah, bro. Jesus Christ is not Messiah.
No.
Well, at least mine. I don't know who nobody else believes in, but
I didn't call him Messiah. I said Messiahification. So it's the action of making someone say like the one. So for example, what you were just bringing up
like
about
Michael
Obama.
Jordan.
Well, no. Let's go back to the point that you were making. That's the reason why I wanted to go here.
Okay, go ahead.
The reason why you brought up Obama is because as soon as there were like policy issues, internal issues with Senate and House rulings and all this kind of stuff, and then promises that he made couldn't be actualized, then all of a sudden, guess what? Everybody was disappointed, right? L's, if you want to call it that. And it's the same thing that we were just talking about with Dion. That's why I wanted to correlate the two and what it is that you're saying people and how they feel and how they kind of take away from the people that are supposed to that reflect them, that are say like in positions of leadership. And that's why I'm saying we got to stay away from the Messiahification of things and deal with the
you never ever stay away from inspiration. Never. You never do that. That is a flaw in people who are very negative and people who are mostly failures.
I'm listening, bro. Go ahead.
Oh no, that was it. I ran out of gas on that.
Okay, no, I didn't know if DC had something to say.
DC over there dancing to go-go music.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
No, for real. Is that what he's doing?
I don't know what he's doing. He was in his. I think he had his car or something, man. I think he had to step outside. So.
Okay, because I'm literally.
But I looked at even Obama outside of the. Like I said, I didn't want to do that. That's why I saw the caveat, not the X's and O's of politics, but just the inspiration. Inspiration matters. Our Constitution is inspirational. The founding fathers for certain people in America are inspirational. People are inspirational. It drives people to do better. It drives people to be great. It inspires people to do things that they wouldn't have done before. Since it's just a football game and it's not something real like policies, it's entertainment. And if it's making people happy and joyful and excited, the casual fan, because people who love football, they got their own teams anyway. They're rooting for their own teams. But when people are rooting for somebody who's an underdog, who's trying to do something that hasn't been done before, and it can burn people out. And so a lot of times people have this, not everybody, but sections of society, for whatever reason, starts to hate it or be against it or start saying things like, he's not your Messiah. Like it's just, I just find it interesting. That's all. I guess I'm all by myself. I think I need to just.
No, you all good, man.
Switch topics.
I'm coming up out of the grocery store right now. It's kind of loud.
And lock back in on
Yo,
I want to do something.
But I mean, I don't know. See, and that's kind of like I said though, man. That's where this all gets very funny. Even Trump did it. Well, I wanted to hear what DC was going to say because honestly, bro, I don't mess. I'm not on Twitter or X. Like truth be told, I don't really mess with much social media at all.
That's very healthy, by the way. That's very healthy.
It is. It keeps me sane. But I don't really mess with too much of it. So he was saying, no, you got to hear what they're saying about him, right? And I was like, oh wait, I was like, oh wait, oh he did, okay. He was like, I said about him personally, and he was like, yeah. You know what I mean? I was like, oh shit, right? Because like again, in my head, I'm just kind of like, all right, well, he's a first-year coach, he lost, all right. I remember there's tons of first-year coaches who came in with a splash, 2-0, 3-0. And then took that first loss, and then right. I don't see why Deion's supposed to be any different. That's my whole point.
Yeah, because I could. I'm gonna have to put you in that rational category with Renaissance.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying man. X's and O's, dude.
Man. Have some fun.
To me, the football. To me, the football is the fun. That's the fun.
Can you guys hear me at all?
Okay, wait. There's DC.
Okay. No, I'm not just having problems with the sound. My connection is bad where I'm at, so I'm over here near the water. So I'm near the water, so we having like a little tropical storm coming
nice.
through right now.
Rich boy.
Rich boy. Nah, I'm at my cousin's folks. I'm at my folks' house. You know how that go, bro.
If y'all know it, that's a very fancy, bougie African American area.
Oh, nice.
where the rules of racist America doesn't apply.
Well,
there's no white supremacy over there.
Oh,
wait. Is that
defeated over there? I got you.
Is that what they refer to as Blackistan? Is that what they refer to as Blackistan?
M and 7. I guess it is defeated over there. Okay, good. I'm gonna have to tell everybody next time I come in. Hey, I got the answer. White supremacy is defeated, y'all.
No, so is that Blackistan? Them chicks they talk about.
Sure.
They talk about Blackistan, right? What is that? Is that what that is?
It's a part of it. Yeah, it's a part of it. I never heard anybody say that before, but I haven't heard the word Blackistan.
It's a term I've heard those divested chicks say before. It'd just be like, wow, okay.
It's a manosphere colloquial term.
Oh yeah. That's fair talk. I got you.
Oh yeah, I was kind of saying it in jest. To be honest with you, I was kind of joking.
No, that's probably what it is. Though.
Serious shit.
That's probably a good
But no, DC, I was curious about what you were gonna you had made a point and then like kind of just dropped out there.
Yeah, I forgot where I dropped off at. I didn't even know I was off. Or where did y'all last hear what I was saying?
I was just talking about the inspiration more so than the X's and O's. Just how people can inspire people to do great things, inspire them in everyday life. When you see people, when things get so hot and so popular that everybody's talking about it, and you're seeing something done, you're seeing how excited people are. It can produce inspiration, to people. The same as other people who have done things outside of just the game itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely bigger than the game, man. This is definitely bigger than that. It has some reverberations that are definitely going louder than the game. So I'm curious to see how they play it, because it's going to be a talking point, because he's on the sports radar as far as like the university, how they're going to bounce back. So I mean, it's going to be two losses,
and more importantly, what makes him so important to sports, into the money game, is the numbers he's bringing.
Yeah,
well,
they did.
but I think DC.
When you're bringing in 10 or 12 million people to watch a game in the middle of the night,
yeah, for sure.
They're going to want to talk to you, because you're going to. It's more about business than the game itself, because you're bringing the numbers in. So they're going to want to know what happened. They're going to interview. They're going to put pressure on. There's going to be a lot of Instagram and Twitter and social media energy around. If you search Google right now, it's the number one search team. The number one search on Google is going to be Deion Sanders, and that's
so wait a minute.
Yeah.
So Paradox. So the question becomes, right? So when they do that, and this was my point, and this was Jay Shine's point. So when they do that, what are they gonna ask him about? Let's see, what deficiencies that he's finding on, say, like the defense side of the ball. Like, what is he? Are they gonna once again? Are they gonna ask him X's and O's questions, or are they gonna ask him? Or wait. Or are they gonna ask him black culture questions?
No, they're gonna. I think the world around him is gonna tap into the race stuff, but he's gonna probably just stick to just the football stuff.
No, you honestly believe that when they do the press conference with Deion, so tell us what happened. Did you guys encounter racism on the field? They're not gonna ask him that, dude.
But you know what's so funny,
thank you, bro. Like, come on, man. Yeah.
Is that I was looking up a picture for Deion, right? And a CNN article popped up, and I don't do the national media nonsense. It's all nonsense. But an article popped up. What was the name of that article? That was so crazy. It's funny you just said that. You just reminded me of that. They put an article, and what did it say? The title of the article was Analysis. Deion Sanders' audacious blackness makes him the hero of the African Americans right now. 6 hours ago.
That's kind of
crazy.
And listen, and see, just the fucking title of my part of my lyrics, bro.
I'm gonna read that title again. Deion Sanders.
You're gonna make me say that.
Audacious blackness.
Look,
makes him the hero of African Americans.
Wait. What the fuck is audacious about being black? Like, holy shit! Look, look. This is what I'm talking about.
But we told you that it's bigger than we told you.
Hold on. If you don't keep this, I know. But what I'm saying,
this is an international.
If we don't keep the conversation on X's and O's, it will turn into that. And that is bullshit, because now I gotta ask the question: what the fuck is audacious about being black? now we gotta have fucking live streams about, and now we gotta have these think pieces and fucking PhDs talk about the audacity of being black. Similar to Obama and the audacity of hope. Well, now we gotta expound on the audacity of being like. Fuck this shit. It's football, man. Come on.
But remember, because it's so hot and it's getting so much attention, and we're in the political presidential season, right?
Holy
what you
shit.
do is you start to extract. You start to extract from it, because what's going to happen is, well, if you're a Democrat or you're a progressive or you're left leaning, a media operation or a think tank or whatever those groups are, what you do is you would take this and then you'll run with it, and then you run your media, right? And then on the right, they'll run their media, and that's how that's what keeps the energy. By the way,
I get it.
But everything works, man. This is how it works.
No. I'm saying, I get it, but you know what it also requires, though?
What?
It requires your participation, and I'm saying, if you can keep it on X and O's, then what you're telling is corporate media is to basically take this middle finger and stick it where the sun don't shine, because we're not here for that. We're not here for that. Like that's
I
dude.
know,
Okay,
but
like I
it's
no.
rough. So
Like,
let's do this. Let me
I'm gonna
have
ask
you.
the question again. I'm gonna ask the
Okay.
question again. Okay. Okay. What is audacious about being black? I already pointed to Kevin Sumlin being a
Right.
successful black head coach
He was a
in college
monster.
football
Yeah.
before Dion. So was it audacious then? So like no, we're coming up with shit, and the problem is that we keep falling for the fucking okie doke. Especially if you're of the woke variety, you know that you're that
Well,
kind of
let me. But you
persuasion,
gotta.
right?
But you gotta remember something,
Shit.
right? You gotta remember this part though. So, I mean, man, why do you keep popping on and out, brother? Stay in.
Yeah, what's going on with DC?
Are you there, DC? Mm, 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 mm.
Damn,
I
I
don't know
think
if
I
he's
think
still.
yeah, I think he's got an issue with his mic or something.
You're on mute, just so you know. But you need to upgrade that phone, man. It should be easy. But no. What I was saying was, I think you do, but you do grasp that you're dealing with race when it comes to football, right?
Hey, repeat that again. I had it muted. I just got
I
back
was
to the
saying,
house. I'm
no, I got
listening
you.
though. Go ahead.
No,
Repeat that.
I was just saying that you. I mean, I don't like saying it that way, but you get the race stuff, right? I don't want to just say it in a kind of crazy way. I mean, you get the race part about football, right? But what is your understanding of race in football? DC, you there?
Hey, sorry about that, Paradox. I had a call coming in, but I heard what you were saying, and I was agreeing with you.
No, I was just trying to say, like you was. I mean, you obviously. I mean, I have to tell you. I mean, obviously, race is a massive thing in football, right? Or in all sports.
No, that's what I was agreeing with you. I'm like, dude, it's huge. No, absolutely.
And I think because of that, you can exploit it. And so, for example, right when you didn't, man, is everybody people coming up? What the hell's going on? Oh, man. But I was just saying that I mean, I think because sports sort of it gets a chance for us to kind of see America in a lot of different kind of ways, if you want to look at it that way. And I feel like over the generations of football specifically, people have been fighting, black people specifically, black men and boys have been fighting to get into these leagues, to be quarterbacks, for example, to play different positions, because remember, you've been told for generations what you can't do. That all of that's been going on, it's still here, I think, and that's why I think it's so easy to tap into it, because we're still it's still a part of it. And so when Dion says, well, there's no black coaches, or somebody says we don't have a black owner for NFL team, and on and on and on, those things are out here. And that's before the woke stuff. That's before all the BLS. That's before all that. This has been going on for 60 or 70 years, at least.
No, we know that.
Far as football specifically, and that energy it's still there. You can't do anything about that. That's all I'm saying. So it's easily to exploit it because it's there, and it drives numbers in entertainment. And it drives politics, and it drives making a ton of money. Remember when the boxing thing, where you have the black boxer and the white boxer, and then the white crowd would cheer for the white boxer, and then the black crowd would cheer for the black boxer, and you had all of that, and that brought the crowds out. They pumped the numbers up because the black guy's gonna knock out the white guy. That's America. That's Americana.
But Paradox,
you can't erase that with some of the things you're saying.
We're not erasing it. What we're doing is we're putting it and its proper rung, right? In terms of like the order of things, we're just putting it in its proper rung. About 5 minutes ago,
you said article I just read, though, right?
What? Wait, no, hold on. Wait, say that again.
I said you saw the article I just read. They just posted.
No, I did. I did. But see. Here's the thing that we will willingly ignore, right? And these are things that were covered in other articles that we've written. That's why I'm saying. I'm not. See, here's what black people do. Black people do. They'll just go to one issue and say that's it.
Okay.
And not think that it's actually compounded and that there's actually a chain or an order and that that racism is a component, but it's not at the top rung. Because if you honestly think that all things racism, if we ask the question, what makes the world go round? Everybody will unanimously say what? Money. So you always have to put money at the top.
I was going to say the military, but go ahead.
No. No. You see, the money is a functionary of countries to secure what? Resources that results in what? Money. And this is what we're talking about. Money is at the tip of the pyramid at all times, right? It's all about the dollar. That's what this is about. This is the business of college football. We did the live stream. Me and Renaissance Man, we did it. The business of it. It's about the money.
But you make money off of race all the time.
That's
why it's so hot. That's what makes it really hot.
Okay,
by the way.
But what you're not doing is listening to what I'm telling you. You have to put it in its proper rung.
I got
it's
you.
not. It's not at the top.
Money.
No. Yes, the top of the rung is money. See, so as long as we understand that all things start and end with money, like as they say, how you go in is how you come out. It all starts with money. Race comes into play, and I'm saying there's ways to collectively mitigate that. There's ways to do it, but here's the thing though. A lot of us don't want to think that it's about the money. A lot of us want to think it's about race. You see, so we can't collectively mitigate this now, can we? Because we're going to always have this argument. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. There's a third argument, gynocracy. I forgot to throw the other one in. Gynocracy. So there's money, there's racism, and then there's gynocracy.
You're making a bigger. You're moving me around a little bit, though.
Wait. But see, here's the thing. Because you were making it bigger. Because Jay Shine and I tried to keep it on the X's and O's. But see, if we make it bigger, then I'm like, oh, if we're going to make it bigger, we may as well just make it the whole picture.
Yeah, but I'm following this stuff daily, so I can't pretend that there's not other
nobody's okay. Once again, I agree with you that racism was present.
I live in America. I mean,
I get it, and I told you that racism was present. I just told you that.
Yeah, but you're making statements about y'all. You know, you're saying stuff like y'all black people and what black people.
No, I didn't say y'all black people. I'm black, so that I would have to include myself. What I'm saying is that black people have two ways. They have two modalities. So you're not going to come to a general consensus, right, to affect any kind of change in all actuality when it comes to this, because some of us refuse to see that it's about the money, while others want to think that this is all about racism. And so this is why I brought up Kevin Sumlin. I was like, we just act like Kevin Sumlin just didn't exist. How he didn't just run roughshod through the SEC, right? He kicked Saban's ass, kicked a whole bunch of people's ass, right? Did that thing with Johnny Manziel and all them back in the day. Remember all that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And Mike, what's his name? Mike Williams, or what's his name over in Tampa? He's playing with them. Okay. So I'm just saying, see, what we can do is if we talk X's and O's, we can talk about how we've already had black college coaches be successful. We've already seen it. Let's do this. Are we taking racism out of it? Are you saying that just because he did it?
I don't.
No. I'm asking the question.
I personally don't have to talk about race at all.
Well, wait a minute. You brought it up because we were trying to talk X's and O's, but I'm saying if we can bring racism into it.
Racism. I don't control this country. Race is at play. So I mean.
And I'm saying neither does Kevin Sumlin. You don't control it. I don't control it. Kevin doesn't control it. Deion doesn't control it. None of us control it.
Deion injected race in all his conversations.
No. Deion didn't do it. Black people collectively did it.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying race becoming a part of this conversation is a non-starter in all actuality. This is why, once again, I'm going to bring Kevin Sumlin up. Race was not an issue when he was running roughshod through college football. Now, was it? No. So what it is that this has more to do with celebrity and social media and more black culture imperatives and not about the X's and O's. I'm saying Deion being 3-0 is not a surprise. And him taking an L today was not a surprise.
Was Obama getting elected about race?
Can we keep it on X's and O's? Like the presidency is about money. This country is about money. Okay. It's about money before race.
Okay.
Okay, tell me. You tell me I'm wrong.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Okay, so let's keep it. Like I said, let's put. Like I said, once again, Well, where I keep telling you, you got to
So
put
I got
racism in it.
so money.
You
So
got to put
money is
racism in its
money
proper
is a
rung on the ladder.
money
Put
money's
racism.
money's the number one thing, and race is
Yes.
second to it, I guess. Right? Second.
So who's doing anything race related that does not have money involved? Who? Who?
Well, not money involved.
Oh,
Let me think.
no. Who? Just tell me.
Right?
You do realize this is a capitalist society, right?
I'm just curious. I just dropped in. What is the greater point that we're trying to make here?
Well, this is what I'm trying to. The greater point is what I'm trying to figure out, because if we're gonna bring race into it, I keep saying this. Race has a component in every goddamn thing. I'm just saying, put it in its proper rung, though. It's not the first thing.
No, I'm talking about like, how does this like, how do we get on? Like, is this? Are we talking about Dion?
Well,
like,
no, because we were talking X's and O's. Paradox.
We're talking about X's and O's versus, I guess, culture. Maybe it's a good way to put it.
Right, because there's a notion
or power or access to things. So I'm trying to figure out that, because we live in a capitalist society, it is about power. And so I'm trying to figure out if something happens to someone, how do I link it to money? So I'm just kind of thinking through that right now. So,
well, I'm going to go back to what it was that started.
Because for example, if you have a black town and it's identified as a black town and you burn it down to take it, then that'll be about money and power and control and subjugating people. If you lynch a person after your Sunday dinner and you go and lynch them and you see them burning there,
Paradox, I
guess the money would
Paradox,
bankrupting people, taking land, mistreating, underpaying. I guess it would be capitalist related.
But I think you have to. I think what you're describing though is like you have to look at is that. In the instances you just laid out, I would
say money more so than power.
Wait, can you hear me?
That's all tied together too.
Hey, Paradox.
Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking out loud.
Can you hear us?
Now. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah. No. Renaissance. Yeah. Go ahead, Ren.
No. I was just gonna say with what you just listed, Paradox. Like in those instances, like there's a difference in my mind. Like when you just talked about like burning down black towns and taking land and stuff like that, like. Money, I don't think money is the main driver in that instance of all of that. Like the main driver in that is like domination and making sure people don't have power, and the recognition that, hey, if you have the ability to have your own to make money, to have economic independence, you have power.
Right, but if you don't let a black guy play football to make money, you put a white guy there, it's not about race, it's about making money.
Huh?
Wait,
how did you disconnect?
Wait.
Go ahead, Renaissance. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, if it depends on why did you not want the black guy there because if he makes money he will have power, or like
right. For example, right. The white guys pretty much ruled ESPN and Fox and other radio stations, CBS, ABC, right?
Correct.
And then all these black athletes took You're talking
about ownership.
No, I'm talking about working there. No, not ownership.
I push back a little. They got some representation there.
I'm just saying they had absolute reputation and absolute control. And then you started getting black athletes taking their jobs from them. So they're now losing money. You know, historically in football it was 100% white quarterbacks. And then you got one here, then you got one, then you got one. Now you have like 12 or something. So all those white guys that would have had those jobs making $180 million a year, now they don't have that job. So I would say that's money. Is it race? Is it power? Are they intertwined together and you really can't set them in no rungs? Or is it more of they're just intertwined versus it being stages of power, money, power? Because I always put the military first. I don't put money. I put military first. But you need money to build a military, right? But money, power, race, is it intertwined in this country or in the world? I don't know. I'm just thinking about it out loud.
Well, it's whose perspective too, in that what you just laid out. Like if you're talking about a white guy who was legitimately going to make the NFL and like had a chance to be a starter, he may view it that way. Although
you only get 32.
Although I would point out, like if you
Plus
look at
backups.
if you look at some of the white backup quarterbacks that have
They
made
getting
off,
paid, bro. They getting chilling and getting paid, bro. They getting paid.
like was kind of that guy who was like maybe got a couple games. They thought he was the guy for a season.
Yes,
like,
buddy.
The Daniel Cobbs, the Jay Cutlers of the world, those guys who seem to be able to play 12 seasons, even though they never started. They seem to be on the roster for 12. Yeah.
Killing.
I mean, those people still make out like a bandit. But no, to your point,
they make a killing, bro.
To your point, I think it goes like, if you're that player, you may see it as a loss for money. If you are, say, someone,
well, I think it's the player. I think it's the fan too. Because remember something: as you bring in black people, that means that because what Deion is going to do is a lot of teams that have all white staffs. Because remember they was trying to break through in the NFL because all the staffs are white. So all of those white people and their families are living in nice houses, eating off of that coach who sort of got them trees set up, and it's all interconnected, and it's a club. And so when you break through when you break through there, now the argument would be, if I can generate more money, if I can, because like a Michael Vick is saying, well, man, these statue quarterbacks, they ain't making, they're not entertaining. So now as an owner, if I put Michael Vick in there and my numbers go up, jersey sales go up, ratings go up, well, yeah, it's not a traditional quarterback, but he's making money. You know what? Let's go get more black players. I know this. I know the money part and the attention. I know it's sort of more intertwined. I don't know if I can really separate them necessarily.
Well, no, because the other part that you're leaving out here is.
I'm thinking about it.
Well, I'm just saying the other part that that's because you mentioned pros, and I think Renaissance Man had a point. I don't want to digress because, we're gonna keep it on college. Go ahead, Renaissance.
No, I was just gonna say on college. Here's the thing: like when Deion makes that argument, I mean, I don't know the whole landscape of coaches in college. I mean, I'm biased with the SEC, but I figure between the three of us, we can kind of speak to it with our collective knowledge. But I mean, the places that you really see underrepresentation of black coaches in the college league is really at the head coach and the coordinator level. Like there are tons of black assistant coaches because I mean, you had
conditioners, trainers.
I saw them on Oregon.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say I mean, truth be told, I mean this sounds kind of gonna sound stereotypical, but a lot of these guys, not all of them, but a lot of them will just make their way as being a recruiter. Like I know wide receivers coach, that's a notorious position. Wide receivers and running backs coach, they'll be like, hey, this guy's a decent coach, but he's a lights out recruiter, and that's his thing. And he sort of just rides that wave of like, a $500,000 job a year as a killer recruiter, maybe even $800,000 if he can get like an associate head coach, assistant head coach title or something like that put into his name. It's making that next step to be the coordinator or the head coach, where you see sort of the diversity drop off.
Well, no, I would say it'd be like either your special teams or secondaries coach. Typically, like a secondaries coach, right? Because I started out actually coaching secondary. That's like the first thing I started doing, right? Before I got over into the offensive side as a coordinator. But usually you start with a skilled player. So on the defensive side, and that's usually, unless you came up under somebody already on the offensive side, typically people will start on the defensive side and then go to the offensive side. And the reason why is because they have a better idea of how to read defenses because they come from the defensive side. And typically that's going to be like your secondaries because all they are is receivers on defense. That's all they are, right? Because I used to coach my receivers and my safeties. If the ball went up, like catch it. You're a receiver on defense. Catch it, because once you get the ball, you run it back for a touchdown. Like that's how I used to coach them in their heads, right? So those guys would typically be the next dudes up. But outside of like Hugh Jackson, who was a coordinator at USC, and you had David Shaw, who took over after Harbaugh left Stanford, right?
Yeah.
And then you had Herm Edwards over at Arizona State.
And that was after the Jets too. That's
and then I'm trying to
NFL.
Huh?
That was after he came from the NFL. Too.
After, yeah. That was just recently, a few years ago. You have what's his name? The brother that did coach up at Washington for a minute. I'm trying to remember his name. You've had some black coaches here and there.
Yeah, you mentioned them earlier. You had Sumlin. You had He didn't. You had Taggart. You had you still have Franklin at Penn State.
You have Franklin at what is he at Penn State still?
Yeah, he's still at Penn State.
He's still at Penn State. Okay, so you got Franklin. I mean, you had a bunch. Like this is the point that I was making the paradox earlier. I was just like, see, Dion, this has more of a modern social media thematic to it. We're not talking football with all that shit. We're not. We're talking culture, we're talking social media, we're talking Black culture, we're talking all that shit. We're talking punditry, we're talking all that. If we talk X and O's, okay, we just started bringing up a whole bunch of other Black coaches, right? No kind of fanfare, no nothing. Like I said, when Kevin Sumlin was beating up on the SEC, nobody was saying anything. I mean, college football people knew what time it was, but I didn't hear Black people writ large tweeting and YouTubing. I didn't hear all that.
You had the one at Mississippi State too. I can't remember his name. He got fired.
Oh,
Sylvester Croom.
Yeah.
That was way back in the day. That was like 08, 09, something like that. And the one at Notre Dame. Was it Ty Willingham?
Ty Willingham.
Yeah, he was.
I want to say that was Willingham who was at Washington too. I want to say he was there also. If I'm not mistaken, I have to look him up.
Am I coming through? Maybe I'm not
coming
through.
Yeah,
you're coming through. I wouldn't have it. I was trying to screw something in. I didn't have you up. I was working on something.
Oh, no. What I was going to say, because I know this is a good conversation. I think that there's some nuance when you talk about this particular situation. I think that the power dynamic in this country has always been race, but money is used as the driver to separate people from access. Do you guys follow what I'm saying when I say that? So
not particularly when it comes to college football, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, well, it's encapsulated into college football also, because HBCUs were specifically created as not sister schools, I would say kind of like schools for Black kids instead of it being part of the white universities. Racism and money is what kept them schools defunded or devalued for this particular time period. The reason why you read the article about them not receiving the funds that they should have received is all due to action of racism. Racism is this nebulous word that gets misused a lot. But when you keep it on the power dynamic and all the actual tentacles that it has, then it tends to make more sense. But you have to stick to the history, and you have to stick to the data. You have to stick to the examples on where it really rears its ugly head, instead of just using it as a proxy to make a point. So I get what you're saying.
Well, DC, we covered that on the Brain Trust.
Has always been race. Yeah. That's
right. We covered that. We covered that on the Brain Trust, right? So that's not what's in question.
I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying to you is that when you say that it's all about money, that's not what's primarily driving white people in this country. It is an end result. Money is the end result. It's the kind of separation effect. But the driver for culture, the driver for attitudes in this country, the driver for creating, separation, redlining communities, stuff like that, that's all due to racism. But it's an economic component to it. It's an economic component.
Wait. So look, this was literally what I was telling Paradox. But let's take it back to Dion. So what was racist about the loss that happened today?
Oh no, nothing. No, this is that's just the loss.
No. Because here's the thing. Because here's what happens. When I bring it back to X's and O's, then guess what happens? Race all of a sudden flies out the goddamn window. Now, doesn't it? See, so like
I don't disagree with it. I wish it could be just about football, but it's not.
Hold on. Wait. But see, once again, so if it's not, then I'm going to ask the question again.
It's a lot of entertainment components in it, a lot of fun with the fans in it. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on.
If it's not, then how did race factor into Colorado's loss today?
And I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you this. One reason why he was able to get that money and finally get paid was because of the energy and excitement that he created.
I'm asking
playing football.
I was asking a specific question. What does race have to do with Colorado's loss today?
Yeah, you can stop asking that question. I got you, bro.
Well, I want to know what the answer is.
Well, I could tell you. No. I could tell you the reason why people are talking about it is because there is a social dynamic that's happening around Colorado. Deion is already. Deion is a.
Yes.
He's what I call. He's like Trump in this kind of instance. He's like an agitator. So he's going to bring out some kind of social components that are underlining underneath. So all of those people that really don't like Deion, that was quiet last week or quiet the last 3 weeks, they couldn't wait to see them get this beat down by Oregon. Quasi the Oregon Ducks. Now a lot of people. Let's separate. Let's make sure that, because there are a lot of different things that goes on with this complex. I really want you to kind of get what I'm saying here, because I get it. I'm not trying to say everything is racism. The reason why Colorado lost is because race has something to do.
I'm hoping that you're not. That's all I'm saying.
No.
I hope that you're not.
But who was going to say that? Why would you even pose such an idiotic question?
Well, no. The reason why, Paradox, is because if we understand
you're trying to make it funny. You're trying to make it funny.
You guys got it.
No, because I want DC to finish. But look, I find it utterly fucking ridiculous that race is even part of the conversation, right? Just because he took a L. Oh, if you're with me, then you wouldn't think that what I'm saying is ludicrous or anything.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying that question you're asking is ridiculous. That's all I'm trying to say. You talking about something?
No, it's not ridiculous, because there's other people. Because there's other people listening. No, Paradox. Because there's other people listening, and even DC had made a point when he was up here earlier. When I got to the store and I said, "Wait a minute," so you're telling me, like on X, you're saying that this is personally about Deion. This isn't about the X's and O's of the game and all. And he said, no, this is about Deion. And I'm like, oh, come on.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. My bad.
Yeah. So
that's all I was saying, bro.
Yeah, what I was talking about is separate from the team dynamic. The team is what it is. I mean, this is Power 5 football. This is what it is. I already basically said it the last call that we had about the whole college football deal, that it's always petty. It's always going to be dirty. It's always going to be this kind of, we're going to try to kick your teeth in, disrespect at the whatever your mascot is, your whole team, forget you and whoever's riding with you. I get it. That's college football. What I'm saying is there are some racial undertones that people that just want to see that flamboyant, loud talking, braggadocious, prime time showing his watch,
DJ,
with the chain,
DJ in the locker room
here talking about I ain't hard to find, and they're gonna make, dude, you already know this, man. You already know this, being in California, being around, the UCLAs of the world. You know how they get at those frat parties and shit like that. What's up, homie? Putting chains on, putting the hat to the back with the shades. And they're gonna possibly have Deion parties. We're gonna probably hear about Deion parties. But that's the social dynamic. But that's the social. But I'm saying that is the social dynamic that I'm talking about.
DC, do you remember?
That ain't connected to the football game. Not the game. Not the game. The social dynamic.
Let me give you another example of that. Do you remember, like around 2007, 2008, right? This is when Dennis Dixon was the quarterback over at Oregon, and I'm trying to remember the dude's the name, the coach, right? This is when Chip Kelly wasn't. Chip Kelly took over after. I'm trying to remember who was there before him. That's who Dennis Dixon played under. I'm trying to remember the coach's name, but that's when Phil Knight came in. He dumped all that money into Oregon, and they started coming out with the flashy ass uniforms, right? And over those seasons, they had Dennis Dixon. Then they went to Jeremiah Masoli. Then they went to Darren Thompson. Then they went to what's his name?
Mariota.
The Hawaiian kid, Mariota, right? Okay, so if you follow that whole trend, you know what kind of put the target on Oregon's back, and it was a social thing, right? It was how sexy Nike made the school. All the unis, all the different color combinations, all the free swag, all of this, all of that. It was a social media thing. Oregon players is up on here tweeting, posting it on Facebook, posting it here, and there, right? I'm not necessarily making it about race, but I'm also talking about a social component that comes into play, right? Something extraneous to the X's and O's. And that's when I'm just going to go back to the main point that me and Jay Shine came up here on. It's like that is a completely different conversation than what happens on the goddamn field. That's my point, right? Like there's no racial component to what takes place on the field. That's an X's and O's component. Now, if you want to have that extraneous conversation, sure, have it.
We're having both.
But no. But what I'm saying is that people want to commingle shit when it doesn't need to be commingled and it's not meant to be commingled. That's the shit that pisses me off.
Right. Well, like I told you before, we don't control it. We're just commenting on it.
But see what it is though. But see, here's the thing.
I'm not producing this.
But see that point.
This ain't the Paradox Show.
Well, hold on. But that points to application of intelligence, right? Because if I come up here and I say, all right, well, look, okay, across the front on offense and defense, they were beat on the line. That has nothing to do with some racial element. That has nothing to do with a racial element about any fucking thing. It doesn't, man.
Right, we know that you're pressing a point that we got that. We got.
Well, I'm just saying. So
that was never in question, though.
Okay, but look, here's what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna drop off because actually I gotta pick up some shit and I gotta handle some stuff. But look, if what we're gonna do is make, to me, non-sequential arguments vis-a-vis racism as a part of a conversation that has to do about sport, then you know what? It's at this point I'm gonna just say black people are choosing to like interject race where it doesn't belong at times. I'm gonna just say that, man. Hey, y'all have a good one. I'm gonna go ahead and bounce.
Oh man, don't drop off yet, Complex.
All right, well, I'll listen for a minute. I'll mute for a minute. I'm going to the grocery store and I gotta handle something.
Go ahead. I want you to listen to this.
No, I'm listening. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yeah,
I'm a mute.
Yeah, cool. So I'm telling you that what you're saying is accurate, true. On the football field is on the football field. Nothing gets involved into that. That is the X's and O's. That is the football players that are on the field. Can you physically dominate me or not? The racism part, which is something totally, it's like I said, the hype, trying to hype Deion up, the fake love. I mean, you just Complex, please go to X and just put in Deion Sanders. You will see it for yourself. I can't do it justice, bro.
He's not
like
on social media.
Go there.
I'm not denying that that's there. I'm not denying it. I'm pretty sure it is.
But this is what I think Paradox is trying to say. The main driver of this type of animosity doesn't have anything to do with what's on the football field. It never has. The excellence.
No, nothing to do with it.
The thing is, there's excellence on both sides. If I'm not mistaken, most of the Oregon star football players are black guys. That Nixon kid, was it a Nixon kid? I think Bo Nixon's not black, but I'm saying the running back.
Bo's a white boy.
The running back they got is real sweet, real good.
He
reminds me of Alvin Kamara. Like he's smallish, but he can play. Like from what I've seen, I'm like, whoa. So you got talent. The receiver, the 6'3" kid that plays receiver for them. You got Jefferson, I think. You got talent all over the field that are also black kids. So these are black people that's playing against black people primarily, especially at the skill set position. Your best players are black on both sides. So let's get that out the way. That is already taken care of. The situation of the unequalness when it comes down to the social part of what's driving people is what people are taking into these narratives. The social part. What is driving you? What is the energy? What is the perception of Deion is completely different than say a lot of these other coaches. Some people, like I say, they give fake love, and some people they give too much love, or they give him too much cover because he's black and he's Deion, because Deion is not perfect. Deion does some stuff that's kind of crazy too. You know what I mean? But there are also instances where there were a lot of people they couldn't wait to see him fail too, man. They could not wait. And that's all I'm saying. Like if you go on any of these social media sites, man, you will see it for yourself and you'll be like, damn, it's bad. It's pretty bad.
I don't disagree that once again, I don't disagree that that's the case.
And people have different reasons why why they want him to fail. It's different reasons, so not just one.
Yeah. Hey, but look, I'm gonna go ahead and bounce out. Yeah, y'all have a good one, okay?
Adios.
All right, man. I gotta get about it. All right.
See you, Complex.
Yeah, see you later, Complex, man. Thanks for coming up, bro. We'll have a discussion some other time about this where we can go deep. Maybe we'll call it how relevant it is in sports, because I don't want it to be come across as a situation, but if you don't believe that racism in sports is the main, especially college football, oh my God, these people would rather, dude, it is so blatant. Like how long was the SEC was segregated? Like from the University of Maryland, they did a whole documentary on it. To the 70s, they would not even let black players play in the SEC and the ACC. That's just how it was, man. And that was a racial component. That didn't have anything to do with the money, because if they were all about the money, they would allow these guys to play. See, and that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes we can get into these arguments where the argument doesn't really correlate, but racism has always been the issue in this country. Always. It's too hard. But as a free person around it,
But as a free person, if you don't want to talk about race, that's cool too, though. I mean, you can.
That's cool.
Do that wherever.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
I don't care. One thing I don't want any
X's and O's too, though.
But like I told you, one thing I don't want to do is that if people are on this call or come on this program, and you don't want to talk about race, just don't come on this call or this program. No, they really keep it simple. So I mean, it ain't that complicated. So if people don't want to, I don't want to convince anybody of anything, bro. And I don't even want to debate you about any of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? If race isn't relevant and race isn't important, and you just want to talk about other things, then that's fine. But I'm good on that.
Well, let me say this, because I can speak to this a little bit. I went to the SEC school. Working in the athletic department, so I sort of saw like the inner workings. To the point, my school actually was, we hired a coach. I went to Auburn University for undergrad, just for the record. When we hired a coach this year, there was a push internally. People were saying, we were looking at a coach, obviously the same time Colorado was. A lot of people wanted Deion. There's a certain segment, not a whole. I wouldn't say the majority of the fan base, but that was when what he was doing at Jackson State, people were definitely really the short list came down to Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss. Ended up hiring Hugh Freeze, but Mario Cristobal, that was someone they were looking at as well. And it, like I said, ended up landing on Freeze. But Deion was somewhere in there. I don't remember if he got an interview, but people always said they didn't think Deion would fit at the school. Which being honest with you, a lot of people in the fan base were very traditional, and they would have had a problem with his outward showing and how he was operating. So I do acknowledge, and to be honest with you, I'm on a message board where we follow football just in general, Auburn football in general, and there are people in different camps who go back and forth of like, people will post like, hey, Deion's doing this at Colorado. And then there's another group of people who did not like Deion, did not want him anywhere near the program, who were like pumped up that Oregon won today. And even more so because the quarterback of Oregon used to be at Auburn, actually, Bo Nix. So I definitely know what DC is alluding to. I definitely know that exists.
I'm gonna say this again, so people who are listening. This is a race channel. That's my dogma. So if you don't want to talk about race and you don't think race is in everything, then don't come to this channel. I want it to be overly clear. This is a race channel, and it's not changing.
This is coming from the Black Republic.
So yes, we make everything about race. Period.
That came from the Black Republican. I'm just gonna throw that the Black conservative.
Everything is about race. If you're on this channel, so you can go any other channel and talk about whatever you want to talk about. I want to be overly clear about that. Is that we are about race. When we talk about stuff, everything is about race. No matter what we're talking about, capitalism, socialism, communism, globalization, we're talking about race in every aspect of it, even quarterbacks.
But now, Paradox, I will say, I think once again, I think you have to look through it through different lenses. Because
fair enough, I give you that. That's absolutely for sure.
No, the reason I say that, and I was trying to get this earlier, like to DC's point when he talked about like, you know, them not wanting black players in the SEC. What I've always heard and read from people is the powers that be wanted black players because it gave them a better chance to win. It was, hey, what are the fans going to react? How are they going to react to this? And honestly, like, you still see some of those politics play out, like at Alabama, like Bryce Young, what he did at Alabama, like it was huge on so many levels. Just because I believe he was the first quarterback in their history to win the Heisman, even though Namath, you know, was there, but I don't really want a Heisman there. So, you know, there still is sort of that you know, that politic of, hey, people have kind of just, you know, given up on, you know, okay, obviously there's going to be black players on the team, but, you know, the quarterback position and, you know, the quarterback at Alabama, that was very much, you know, that was a big deal as far as, you know, you're the face of the program and this and that. I do think it has changed just because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, Alabama is about winning.
Yeah, we as black people had to break through the barriers.
Correct.
They wasn't just not giving us access because we're just white Americans, like we're just all the same people. They made the delineation a long time ago. So I mean, it's just
and to be honest,
just idiotic, really. Honestly, it's idiotic.
Well, here's the other thing too, is like, I think, as crazy as it may sound, this may be naive, like a lot has really changed in sports in probably the last 15 years.
Yeah, for last 15, 20 years. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
a lot of things
has really changed. I mean, I'm not saying this.
And I'm gonna tell you something. It's making a lot of white people very uncomfortable.
I mean, here's the thing.
It's changed a lot of politics.
No.
The more black people get, I know this is a fact. The more black people get access to money and power, it changes a lot of things in this country. It makes people very uncomfortable, black and white and others.
Well, okay.
If you choose to look at it through that lens.
Let me give you an example. Look at if you want to keep it at college football, look at you know, the sideline celebrations. Like Colorado now has the turnover throne. You know, Miami was the one who had, you know, the turnover chain.
Yeah.
You know, you would not see anything like that in the 90s.
No.
Like the way
the criticism in the 90s with what Deion's been doing would be, it wouldn't even happen. Actually, they would probably burn the school down.
I mean, seriously.
Because they don't mind you being a black human being and function as a white person in black skin, but the moment you bring in street culture, hood culture, black culture, however you want to define it, people get uncomfortable, and that's just how it's always. It just how it's been in this country forever. I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, even we would get uncomfortable if Latinos, especially Mexicans, if we started having to celebrate the way that they celebrate, right? We would feel some type of way about it. If it was pressure on us because now they have access and influence, and we started acting like them, you know what I'm saying? That would even affect us, and we're not at the top of the nation like that.
But like what? Okay, let me ask you this then. Like, what makes it uncomfortable in the sense of like from that standpoint? Like, is it the fact that is it black culture and the fact that there's people anti-black, or is it like, you know, because some people who are white will just be like, well, you know,
some white people love it. Some white folks love it though.
But the ones who criticize it, some will just be like they'll hate it because it represents everything black to them. But then some will have more of the critique of, well, it's street culture and it's not civilized, and you know, it has all these
complicated
messages. There's that element. And someone that like
he's claiming that he's a Christian, but at the same time he got rappers rapping, and what is this about? For sure, because one thing our society knows is that we're copycats, and so if you're trying to control your society, people have a tendency to act like the thing that's exciting or that's different, right? And it kind of gets infectious. That's why they tried to lock down rock and roll back in the day, right? Like we've seen the cultural things get locked down because America is trying to be this rigid, very constrictive country.
It's the puritanical values.
Yes.
Protestant, Puritan, yeah.
Yeah, Protestant, yes, for sure.
No, because I remember when I was a kid and I went to basketball camp. It was a predominantly white basketball camp that I went to, and they wanted to give out. You had to give parental signatures, parental permission if you wanted to. They were giving out posters, and they were going to give out a Dennis Rodman poster to people. Like that was one of the posters they could give out, and you had to have their parental permission, like that. You had to have a permission slip signed, like that's how. But once again, this was the camp I was attending. There was the school that was hosting it had like a Christian leaning to it. It was a Christian school.
Yeah.
So like, their whole thing was just like, there's certainly obviously, Christianity levels of anti-blackness, but then there's a strand of that's very much like, hey, we're very critical of anything that's not,
that's secular.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like we don't, white single mothers are problematic, so are black ones.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
So there is an element of that with Deion of like, hey, like you said, bring in the rappers, the street culture, and then in their minds, if black culture, street culture, pop culture, all of those things are so intertwined, it's kind of like, anything that even is remotely in that, they're automatically going to be against. Some may say they're just anti-black.
Well, you know why? Because we're always doing contrasts and comparisons. And what we realize, what black people see is that, when white people decide to be more secular, right? When white people decide collectively, or a portion of them decide to do something, we notice that the aggression comes off quicker. They sort of let it happen a little bit easier. They sort of tolerate it a little bit more. Once a group of black people do that same thing, the aggression is a lot. It seems, at least to us, it seems more aggressive.
Well,
that could be a sensitivity that we have because of our history and the race here.
Well, here's the thing. I was like, even the reason I know that's there too is I was actually listening to Jason Whitlock because he's been very critical.
Oh my Lord, yeah. Oh my goodness.
No, I decided to bear through it. But
I watch it too. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's horrific.
But I mean, his angle was he at least. Now here's the thing. I looked at Jason Whitlock like, okay, I can't take you seriously because you're saying you have a problem with Deion, fake Christianity. I get what he was trying to say in the sense of, hey, if you're truly like gonna be like a fundamentalist type of Christian, talk about God the way almost like Tim Tebow does, like. No,
he's a fraud. I'm talking about Whitlock. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. No, I was gonna say if you're gonna use it in that manner, wear it on your sleeve, like you have to, very much live the lifestyle. So that. So
yeah, but he doesn't. But see, the thing is that Christians or Protestants or Catholics, the individual people, they don't get to judge anybody's walk with God. So it doesn't. That's where it falls apart. And when he starts talking on many levels, but that's one main level.
Well,
you don't get to one thing another human do not get to do is dictate to a Christian in his walk and how he's doing it. That's not your job.
Well, I mean, some people would say that, and then some people would say no, it is. Some people would think it would.
No, it's not. The thing is that you don't bring Christians to God; they're already with God. You bring others to God. You expose Jesus to other people, especially people who are non-Christians. So the thing that he's doing is great to me, is because he's bringing God to people who don't hear about God. I'm saying how it's helped him, huh?
No, I'm saying I'm saying that's the way you see it in that realm. I'm saying there are very much people who see like as a Christian, it is my job to hold my fellow Christians accountable. Like in the sense of if we're a community, like they're very I'm dead serious. They're very
no. I know what you're talking about, but that's not real. But you're right. I'm not disagreeing with you 100 at all, zero. Because you got to deal with the belief in Jesus Christ. You got to deal with the culture of it, the human implementation of it, and they do want to keep each other in check. I agree with you 1,000%.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, I've known of churches where like a girl got pregnant when she was not married, and they wanted her to come before the congregation and apologize.
Absolutely,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah, so there are very much people who operate like that. Now, my problem with Whitlock and him trying to is I'm like. You have that, and then you have Brett Favre sitting on your show like this guy has not tried steal money from the poorest people in Mississippi.
Yeah, but he's running a right wing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Scheme because he jammed himself up because he knew that was going to bring the MAGA thing of worshiping Trump, and he tried to say, well, yeah, you guys are idolizing Dion or Obama for that matter, and so he made sure he threw that in that conversation because he knew that was coming. Because if you don't think the MAGA people are worshiping the King Trump, then you're out of your mind. So that means that's how I know you're making it up. You're lying. You're trying to get clicks and views. It's not. You're not being honest or serious. And you're definitely not a Christian. And you're definitely not holy. You're definitely not walking with Jesus Christ. That's an impossibility.
Yeah, no, I agree. But see, that's how I know like that angle that DC is talking about of people, being critical of Dion from a cultural standpoint. The fact that Whitlock is playing that up, I know that.
Oh man, he getting all kind of clicks and views.
Yeah, that's how I know that. That's how I know that segment of people are real.
Oh yeah, the people are real, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. And again, a lot of black people is not going to like Dion and how he is because we don't like everybody. People implement things in all kind of ways, and it makes people uncomfortable. If you work in any kind of corporation and they bring in a new executive, a new CEO, a new director, whatever, right? People are uncomfortable. It's different. They're changing things up. People don't like that. I mean, so it is. A lot of the responses are pretty normal.
And to be honest with you, some black people would have a problem with Dion and his antics. I mean, I remember.
That's what I'm talking about. No, that's what I'm talking about. Like, a lot of people have a problem with that.
No, because I was going to say,
since his career started, actually.
Well, I was going to say because I remember I was listening to, I think it was either Feinbaum or like Dan Patrick or someone. And they were talking about the coach, Jay Norvell, and they were just saying, he took it as this weird thing of like saying something about hat and sunglasses. And it was just weird. I don't know why he was saying it. And I was like, oh, you all don't, these are two white guys. I'm like, you all don't understand the respectability politics in this. Like, there are very much some black coaches who would say that and very much like be 100% needed in the sense of like, hey, like, that's not the image that we as black people need to be promoting as us in leadership positions of, hey, we're going to wear big chains, sunglasses, and a hat in the press conference. And then,
Spooky culture.
Trash. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. So I was like, when he said that, I was like, oh, some people really don't even realize that, there's an element of that in Black America. Now, granted, I think it resides more with, more of a bourgeois, even older as well, group of black folks, but it may not be as much there for like people who are Gen Z, millennial, things like that. But then again, let's see what happens when these people turn 40 and 50 years old.
Right, exactly. And the thing about Dion, if you study what he's been doing over the last 30 years in the ghettos and setting up football teams and helping kids get out of situations, then I mean that's the sad part about it, that it's like you're trying to just ignore or deny what he's doing, because remember, a lot of black people and obviously most white people look at black folks in hoods and ghettos and projects as nothing, as useless, as irrelevant. Matter of fact, use it as politics and fodder for different things, right? Dion comes in and embraces it because that's what he is. And so he's there hands dirty, doing his best, using sports, obviously. And again, it makes people uncomfortable. He's probably not. He's an older man, so I know he's not surprised about it. But it says a lot when you're supporting him in his athletics and seeing what he's doing. He got receipts to show it. It does make something a little disappointing when you really think about it, right? Because it ain't like anybody going to the hood really helping people like that. And so for him to put himself out there and do that, that alone for me is enough. I don't even need anything else.
Now, let me ask you this. Like, here's the other thing someone pointed out too. I was listening to, like, they were like, people have been saying, Dion's going to revolutionize college football. And they were saying they didn't agree so much. And they were saying because, there's only one Dion. And I was kind of thinking,
one-on-one.
Maybe they have a point in the sense of like, I mean, it's sort, if you sort of think that, okay, Dion says, hey, you can operate, you can lead like this. I'm like, there are plenty of black people, black coaches, if they tried to lead like Dion did,
they're getting fired.
They just look stupid too. Like in the sense of it would not work. Like I think it's a little bit of it's some stereotypes.
You would need other superstar athletes to at least produce some of that.
Yeah.
some of that juice that he brings, because he's bringing juice off of his sheer celebrity.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. But I'm saying even the personality, I'm like,
yeah, personality is one-on-one.
Yeah, I think there are some people who genuinely see like Deion's personality and think that, oh, well, that's how all black men would want to operate in that space. And I'm like, no.
Well, they think that anyway, though.
I'm like, there are plenty of black men who would prefer to operate in a more stoic manner. Probably
what's the
white coaches would.
Who was the coach? Let me try to think. Who was the coach? The black coach that played. Oh man, I can't think of who it is.
We played
Joe Dumars as an example, right?
He was an executive for the Pistons. I
believe. Yeah, they made him
general manager,
right?
General operations.
Yeah,
like
very. I think even and I think Isaiah coached too for a minute, right?
Maybe so. Yeah, I think
I think so. Very serious, all that good stuff you want to, very stoic.
And they say Deion's like that as well too. They're saying that
he is like that, but this is the marketing part. He's doing the marketing.
That's exactly what they say. They're like,
and he's trying to lure kids there, so he's trying to make it appear fun. But he's a monster, bro. Just keep listening. That's how I know when people are talking, they're not actually watching. They're not really paying attention.
No, they're like he has that.
He set his son for the championship, bro, for being 5 minutes late. And they're playing a championship for Jackson State. Like he's a dead serious coach.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He that's the thing is they're like he very much has like an old school mantra.
Yeah.
Of how he operates, but people see that and they sort of think, because I've seen coaches that have that same sort of Deion element. That whole like, at one point Auburn had a coach named Trooper Taylor. He was there. I mean, literally like. Walked around with a towel, had his hat on backwards, swinging around, high energy, one of the best recruiters you could ask for, but was still like had that element of old school. It was almost like that was something I do for people, out front, and then I'm being serious when I'm, when I'm actually doing my job.
Right, when I'm doing your job, right.
Yeah. So I've seen that element of like, that highly charismatic person, but once again. He was not someone who played in the NFL. He was not someone who probably had the connects to ride. And if truth be told, my question would be, I don't know how much of Deion is very much playing a CEO role. Because I was telling people the other thing with Deion's long-term success is people aren't looking at the coaches that he has hired. His offensive coordinator used to be a head coach and probably gonna get another head coaching job. His defensive coordinator was in the running for the defensive coordinator job at Alabama. So these the coordinator getting all kind of calls. We got you, bro. Come on. Yeah. You don't need Deion. So I mean, these
he get no phone calls for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, these were good coaches that he got. So to be honest with you, I don't know enough about Deion's like football acumen in the sense of like really just wanting to be. Because I mean, being coordinator versus being a head coach is day and night.
Yeah.
I mean, so I almost wonder too, like, would Deion have made it to a head coach if he had to go the way he went? If he had to go to a Power 5 school as a position coach and then go the normal track of position coach to to associate head coach, offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator, picking a side of the ball and then making it the head coach? Or was it, hey, I could start small at Jackson State, and because of that, I already got the head coaching experience and then jump up that way? Because like I said, the reason why it's so hard to get the head coach in the first place is like you're almost developing two different skill sets. Like you spend the first 20 years of your career, 20, 15, however long it takes, being a tactician and a position coach, maybe a really good recruiter. And then, very few people that I know of have just been able to ride the wave of being a really good recruiter.
And I think that's another reason why it's probably making him more. Because I think a lot of the energy is coming from the college environment itself, and then it's bleeding out. Because what you just said is what people within the college ranks believe. That's why they're using words like unbelievable, never been done before. It's amazing. How can you turn a program around? What do you really know? How much experience do you really have, right?
But see,
I think that's maybe what's maybe even creating a lot of the energy as well, outside of some of the things that he's doing to create hype too.
But no, it's definitely there. But see, I almost wonder, like, turning the program around. Like, I'm not saying that's a big feat, but I'm saying even that, like, that's something I think Deion could do because he's a great motivator. He generates a lot of energy versus like the reason I think part of that is so difficult in the first. Obviously, the portal and those things help, but then the other reason I think it's
so great coaching staff.
Yeah, great coaching staff. But then I wonder the skill set to be a great coordinator and where it gets to that point is very different from like trying to turn a program around. That's why, like I said, so many coordinators fail at being a head coach because they're so used to, hey, my job was X's and O's and making sure the team is ready from that. And it, from, with the game plan. And now it literally goes, it literally shifts to, okay, I need to think about how we're recruiting. What direction do I want the program to go in? Like, do we have the right strength and conditioning coach? Like, do we where should we be staying? What time should we be leaving to go and do a walk? Like, all of those things come, I need to go.
Plus dealing with the booster, dealing with the director, dealing with the media, dealing with,
Exactly. It's a very different skill set. Very different.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Like,
it's definitely
No, like the only other people I think like kind of come to mind who even, because like people say Deion's gonna revolutionize. I'm like, the only person I can think of that's on Deion's level that may be able to do something like this is maybe like a Ray Lewis.
Yeah, I thought about that too.
Like,
I think I would tell you this. I think Deion could help superstar athletes learn how to do what he's doing if they want it. But the only catch to that is Deion's been coaching kids for a long time now. For like 30 years.
That's true.
So I don't know what some of these other superstars have been doing besides sitting on yachts drinking champagne or whatever. And do they want to give that much, sacrifice their time? Because it's funny. He's gonna try to hire my man from Tampa Bay who played for Tampa Bay on the defense. Oh man, what is it? Warren Sapp.
Yeah, Sapp.
And the deal was, Deion said, "Bro, you don't got to be here all day, man. Come in at 9, leave at 12, or whatever he said. Come in at 7, leave at 12."
Wait, he really said that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Work with my guys and go home. You can be fishing by 3 o'clock or whatever.
Wow.
And that's all he needed to hear.
But so he must not. But here's the thing, like the reason why I think he has to be joking on that is because who's going to do the recruiting? That's the thing about college. College is so much about, like, you are on the phone with recruits all the time, especially if you're a big time coach. Like, you're trying to go to their games, you're trying to talk to them after every week. It's.
I think he's going to have him working with the players, and then that's pretty much it, though. The coaches there are still going to do all the coaching and stuff. But same with Terrell Owens worked there. T.O. worked there.
Well, he wasn't working. They just visited practice, right?
Man, T.O. there every day, bro. He there every day.
I mean,
he doesn't officially work there, but he's doing I think what Warren Sapp's going to do, which I would just say almost like consulting.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if they're going to call that title or whatever.
Or an analyst, something like that.
Yeah.
But like, no.
Because think about having the best of the best of the best.
You have to watch about Michael Irvin.
Watching your. No, Irvin's there all the time too, but he got jobs. Man. He working.
When he's not though, Keyshawn already said he's going to be there next week because it's USC.
Colorado. Oh yeah, Keyshawn definitely going to be there. Yeah.
Yeah.
USC. That's his people. Yeah. Yeah, but I think that Deion is trying to probably figure out a way where I can get superstars to come here more often and work with my players and not be probably not official, where they got to be there 12-hour days or however long and be around there all day long. They can sort of get in, help the kids out and get up out of there. Maybe that's a way for him to lure them there, is what I'm saying.
I mean, he already has Brady working with Shedeur.
That's what I'm saying. See how he's doing it though. But see how he does that. How he weaves that in and out.
Working with their next quarterback.
Exactly. Right. So he's kind of doing it the way he's doing it his way basically, which is unconventional. But he knows that if I can get an hour here, 2 hours here, right, over time, that's a multiplier effect, in my opinion. When you got the greats working with your kids, you're going to get a whole lot out of a very short amount of time.
Yeah. Or just a relationship too. Like if I'm a position, if I'm a wide receiver, defensive lineman, and I know, hey, even if Warren Sapp is not coaching me, if I know he's going to be there, maybe I'm there, maybe he's there at 5-6 different practices, helping out with the defensive line. Mm-hmm. I know at some point I'll be able to reach out to him, probably get his contact information, and build a relationship.
He said it, right? He said the kids they inspired him because he was like, man, they were shaking my pockets. They were trying to get everything out of me. And he said he loved it. It gave him energy,
Yeah.
He's even going to go back to school and get his degree. At least that's what he's saying. Or finish his degree.
I mean, anybody would because that's kind of the natural path. Anybody who spent so long in a craft becoming really good at it. It's just very fulfilling and very gratifying when the next generation is trying to, when you're able to pass that information on, but then B, when the next generation is, eagerly waiting and wanting it from you.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Did you guys hear me? I thought I was kind of talking there.
Nope.
I didn't know. Okay, cool.
No, we can hear you now.
Go ahead. No, you good. I think I missed a little bit about what you guys were saying. Were y'all still talking about Deion or the racism? Y'all just moved on from that?
No, we were just talking more about how people were saying that what Deion's doing is gonna open the door for other people, and I was telling them, I didn't see it as much because I was telling them, I think some people think, in any black person who got in that space wants to really operate like Deion, and we were just kind of pointing there are plenty of black men who want to operate in that very stoic, traditional type of fashion, and that it's almost a stereotype to assume that every black coach is now going to, be a Deion, and with that type of personality and ego and, ethos around just how he operates.
Here is the thing that I want people to really, really think about. Deion is considered to be the best corner that ever lived. Him and Night Train Lane. I mean, for people that don't know Night Train Lane is, gotta look it up. But Night Train Lane is considered like that too. But Deion is the one, especially in the modern era, that people point to as being the best cornerback that ever lived, right? He knows football. He was always a very, very smart player, studying route trees. He knew how to actually clue in on the receiver. He knew how to fool quarterbacks, all of it. All the quarterbacks talk about how Deion was very, very intelligent, right? Which transfers to coaching, very patient. I think that what is lost is, I think his main reason for jumping, especially into college football, because I think he would have been cool with just staying on the high school level, was the fact that he has a son that played the quarterback position, and he knew. I mean, there's so much, and that's why I want us to do a program on black quarterbacks. We're going to go all the way back, and because that position tells the truth about what football really is, especially in this country. It tells the truth about what your propensity is for intelligence, how you gauge leaders of the team, because quarterbacks are automatically the general. They are the leader of the team. They're the leader of the squad, automatically. Even if you're not a leader, you're automatically going to be deemed the leader of the team. You are the quarterback. You are the leader, de facto, right? Whether you can lead or not, doesn't matter. You know what I mean? That is your position. You are the coach on the field. Offense and defense. It is something that's automatic. So
with the intelligence piece comes in with the Wonderlic test if you're talking about the
NFL. Thank you. And this is the thing that I want people to understand, because when me and Paradox even thought about even creating this channel, me, Paradox, we had thousands and thousands of conversations. I'm talking about where we knew each other. We used to just go hammer it in. What is it, man? Why is it this way? And what is going on? Blah, blah, blah. We used to say, is it money? We examined that. Is it just money? What's the money thing? Is it just about the money? But when you run up against everything else, it doesn't make sense to just be all about the money. That's not what you're seeing. You went to an SEC, right? You went to an SEC college, correct?
Yeah.
Renaissance.
Yeah.
You know this.
Yeah.
You know this, bro. That is very fever pitch. SEC football, outside of the X's and the O's, has a cultural component that goes back to slavery. Ole Miss. It's just a fact. It is a fact, bro. Mississippi State. We don't have to make it up. You know, the rebels, they're called the rebels. Do people know what the rebels are? The rebels are part of the Confederacy. That's the name of their particular team. There's a history behind that, and that hasn't gone away. When people look at Deion, let me just finish this up really, really quick, and I'm gonna let you guys have it, and then I should be pulling up the crib pretty soon. When they allowed Deion to coach there, and this is the integration part, because to me, I knew that when he left Jackson State, I knew that Black people, we was going to get into this, you know, and I'm gonna stop using the word dysfunction, because I know that that's being used to kind of attribute Black people being naturally dysfunctional, and that's not really what it is, man. When you're dealing in such a deficit, if you operate the same as everybody else's, which is what we're doing, when you operate the same as all other college athletics, it's going to look ugly when you don't have the money to cover your bases. And that's what you see at HBCUs. That's exactly what you see. You see the ugly part of college athletics when you don't have the funding. So money goes here, money goes there. It's the same shit that happens at large universities too. They got all kinds of scandals, all kind of money being moved, people taking trips. What was that? I think it was actually in Colorado where there was a politician, he was a senator, he was dating a woman, he would send her to the Aspens in Colorado, and they had like some kind of house, having sex, all this kind of stuff. He was married, all kinds of craziness that was going on with that. I mean, look, the Senator Menendez, I forget his name, he just basically got subpoenaed. He's gonna have to resign. He's a Democrat too. I mean, this happens all the time. This is what this is. It's like it's a part of the culture. And when you look at, if you're just looking at money as being the driver of everything, you don't see the energy and what's driving people. What is tied to your action? Why am I doing the things that I'm doing? Why do I consider myself to be an American? Why do I think it's so important to represent the South? What is that? What is the driver behind that? You see what I'm saying? If it was just about merit, which is what me and Paradox wish it was about, if it was just about who's the best coach, who's the best receiver, who's the best quarterback, who's the smartest, who's the best player, then this argument can go by the wayside. But you see it. You see too many examples of it. Justin Fields, another example. He's going in, he's questioning how he's being coached. Now everybody's going to turn on him. But it's not him. He understands, I haven't been coached right. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't even understand the game. He's basically seeing it. You know what I mean?
Basically, no, I was going to quickly say, because you were in the DC area, so I know you followed the now Commanders Redskins. RG3 was
me and Paradox did. Come on.
That Absolutely. Came out. I didn't follow as much, but I mean, at one point when he got hurt, people literally were accusing whoever the head coach was of sheer racism.
Hold on, Paradox. Didn't we talk about that?
But Complex is your counter argument. Complex's position is going to be it's not race though. Right? That's the position. It's a fair statement. He's a free American.
It is a fair statement. But
equating race to gynocracy is lunacy.
Yeah, that's the part.
Outside of that ridiculous statement, the rest of it is cool.
That's the part, I think, because race is what drives the country. That is the driver. There was a civil war fought over that. So that the sexual argument, that was part of it too. But it doesn't drive, the energy is not as potent of action as it is with what is considered to be white in this country, what's considered to be, which comes down to who's truly American, who's foreign, who deserves rights, who deserves to be taken care of in this country. Think about how we talk about the white poor and how we talk about the black poor. Black poor people basically are demonized as something being dysfunctionally, being inherently wrong with them. White people are looked upon as basically not having enough opportunities. We don't even speak about white people that's poor in the same kind of vein. We never called them sorry deadbeats. You never see a politician talk to them like that. Why don't you get an education? Why don't you do better for yourself? You know what I'm saying? They say we need to take care of you. We need to give you more opportunities. That type of shit. That's the language that they use. But anyway, I'm done with that. I'm gonna go ahead and mute up, man. I'm gonna let y'all have it.
No. I was gonna quickly say, DC. To your point, I do remember one thing that I really really sort of highlights it. This was back in 2008. We were looking for a coach. We actually ended up hiring Gene Chizik, but Charles Barkley is one of our big alumni. And I don't know if you all remember the guy. I think he was at Kansas. He may have been fired by now. But Turner Gill, he was a black coach. Was coaching, I believe, at Buffalo. Had really done well. People were hoping that he would get the job. Charles Barkley actually talked to him, and then after they hired Gene Chizik, who was a horrible coach, ended up getting fired two years later, 2-3 years after he was hired. Charles Barkley said, he felt like, hey, he didn't get a fair shake. That Turner Gill didn't get a fair shake. He was like, hey, race is a thing. It's always going to be a thing. You're going to have to deal with it. He even said, Turner Gill had a white wife, and he was like, he thought, he said that the two of them were talking, and he thought that may be something held against him as well. So, this was back in 2008, 2009. So, roughly about a little bit over a decade ago, where, people were still very much talking about this dynamic of, a black head coach, number one, in the SEC, and then number two, a black head coach with a white wife, in the SEC, which the only one that I think that I have known of is Charlie Strong, obviously in Florida. But it took him forever to get that job. And he obviously didn't pan out there. And then Kevin Sumlin at Texas A&M. Those are, I think, the only two black coaches that really come to mind in the SEC. And ironically, they both had white wives. So, but it's the dynamic is there.
I love you. I know I have no shade, but I can see the future.
Wait, you're really low.
I'm excited about it.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
God bless you all, man. Be safe.
I think DC, man. He said he was coming back on, didn't he?
Yeah, he's on.
Yeah, I'm still here. Do you want to close out, or
are you gonna respond to what he just said, or what?
Oh no. I agree. I mean, like I said, it's not. I think he was making a statement. You were making a statement. Do you have a question for me at all, Renaissance?
No. I was just sort of reinforcing the whole element of being in the Deep South and race playing into it, whether it be being a black coach or having a white wife as a black coach, and those dynamics. Even the quarterback position, Alabama was pretty notorious about that. So
what's so unique? What's so unique about our area? Because it connects the nation as far as the Southern culture and what it really is. So when you drive about maybe I want to say like an hour and a half from where we at, right? You're going to Richmond. You know Richmond very well, right? And you will go drive on, I think it's Broad Street, right? Route 1, actually, Broad Street. And you have the Sisters of the Confederacy building. Still up, it's a museum, actually, where they got all this paraphernalia of civil rights. I mean, not civil rights, the Civil War. And they do the reenactment up on the hill. I think it's Foggy Bottom in Richmond. I'm not Foggy Bottom, I'm sorry. They call it the Bottom, though, in Richmond, Virginia. Foggy Bottom is here. But what I'm trying to basically illustrate is that don't allow people to gaslight you about what the true history was in this particular country. When it comes down to it, the classification that they basically stuck people in or they forced people in, that is the power dynamic in this country. The reason why they say you're a Black American, they're making a demarcation that you are separate from white America. Black History Month, it shouldn't be no such thing, because if you're talking about Black history, then these people did this. These are the Black people that are Americans, right? They did the same thing here in this country. So why are you separating us and saying that we're Black and they're white, like we got two separate histories? We don't have two separate histories. We have the very same history. So why are you separating us? That should tell you everything you need to know about how this country has created two consciousnesses here. Yeah, the gynocracy is a whole nother thing, but that doesn't correlate to the systems and power dynamic of what racism overall is, and it demonstrates itself in sports yearly. Me and Paradox are fans of Dak Prescott. Anybody that sees how the media talks about Dak Prescott knows that they basically harp on him. It's the way they cover him is not the same. It's not even the equivalent. You have another quarterback that's up in Buffalo. Same kind of mistakes. Make all kinds of mistakes. If you look at Dak's numbers and you look at Josh Allen numbers, you're not going to see that much of a difference outside of the rushing totals. What's the difference? Why does one get covered and why does the other doesn't? That's it. He hasn't won anything. He hasn't went past the division round. He loses in the playoffs like Dak does. In fact, he's the main reason why he lost. He has a worse playoff passer rating than Dak does in the playoffs, but he gets no smoke.
Well, I was
why is
gonna
that?
say, DC, if you, I don't know if you remember when Deshaun Watson was playing with the Texans, and he threw like an interception, I think, to lose the game or something like that. May have been they were close to the playoffs. I think it was a journalist or something that came out and said something to the extent of like, that's why you can't trust a black quarterback, or something like that. Like that was a legitimate story, and I was like, wow, like this dude just really put it out there.
I mean, we don't even have to go back far. We could talk about Donovan McNabb and the Rush Limbaugh situation. We could talk about RG3 and his situation, the way he was done. We could talk about when Doug Williams won the Super Bowl and how he was replaced when he had one bad game by Mark Griffin. People that's from Washington, we know that was not the right thing to do, but they did it anyway. Joe Gibbs did it anyway. And DC supported it. Remember Jason Campbell that played here in Washington? People don't even remember him. Black quarterback. Treated him like, I mean, it was bad. Can't think on the field. Can't look. And you know, he struggled. He did. But he wasn't supported either. He was not supported here. He wasn't supported here.
But you know
with
the
organization.
There was a backstory here with him because
he went to Auburn. Didn't he go to Auburn? He went to Auburn.
He went to Auburn.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. He literally talked about, if you go back to his college days to the point to when he got to the NFL, he had like, I want to say like 6 coordinators in 7 years. So he talked about having to learn a new system every time. And that carried over even to his time in Washington and just how that affected his development. You know, just having that consistency of actually being able to be in the same system and like get to play in on time and all those. I mean, he truly, like I said, he's one of those that on the face he looks bad, but then when you actually go and look at, oh, he never had any real consistency in the system he was running, this and that. Because he was one who really popped up and really shot up the board his senior year when they went undefeated and landed himself in the first round.
Look at how many chances Baker Mayfield got in the league. When what was the guard? What was the real? He was real out of shape. I think he played for. Did he play for Auburn too? Big quarterback. He was a big kid. I think he played for the Raiders. What was his name?
Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell. Did he play for Auburn too? LSU. I knew it was SEC. Think about that. Think about when he washed out of the league. No other chances. Yeah, he was lazy. He didn't do the right thing. He was not that good of a player. He did not actually do his best out there. No doubt. He wasn't that good. But he didn't get that many chances though. Not like how Baker Mayfield and them got. Look at Carson Wentz before he washed out. He was a walking shell of himself. I mean, literally seeing ghosts out there. Could not effectively run a huddle if you showing him where to line up at. But you cannot tell him what the defensive play was, and he could not hit people open. But look at all the chances he got until he washed out.
Were those even the most egregious examples? Because I was telling Paradox, think about the white backups that have made like a 10, 12-year career out of being
That's what I'm saying. I don't even want to do. That's what I'm saying. Like it's just too many examples of this, man. That's why I kind of like I try to stay clear of this, because it's going to, if you focus on it, it is so blatant to the point where I won't enjoy the game. I wouldn't enjoy it. I wouldn't be able to watch it because I don't like how they treat especially black quarterbacks. I don't like how they coach them. They don't coach them properly. They don't do it in college properly. It's obvious.
Well, I was gonna
They
say
just
too,
use them to
because
run and make one read plays. That's all.
well, I was gonna say because here's the thing too. You would think like, okay, if someone was a number one pick and they were a bust, or let's say they weren't a number one pick, they were someone who had high expectations. It's like, to your point, they kind of just wash out. It's not like, okay, you had it, but now you don't quite have it, but there's a spot for you as a backup, and you sort of fall down the depth charts. It's kind of like you just kind of, like you said, to your point, fall off. There's only a few I really think that sort of come to mind, like what's the guy up in the Seahawks, like Geno Smith. I think he's been able to do it as a backup, but it's very few of, just like I said, backup black QBs that you really look at of, hey, they didn't quite live up to it, but they're a good backup somewhere. It's just like, oh well, if they can't live up to the hype of being this dynamic player, it's either, hey, change positions or you're out of the league.
Yeah, same with Tim Tebow is a good example too, I think.
Yeah, how long he was in the league, you're right.
No, not
Exactly
that,
right.
but not necessarily that part, but just watching white folks battle over trying to make him be in there versus the ones that wanted him out.
Who wanted him out? Like, that's my thing.
You had a lot of people in the media and a lot of football experts that knew that he couldn't play. But then on the other side, you had a lot of white folks who didn't care. They wanted to see him play.
Well, think about
they tend to have that balance. Our issue is we're just not going to get that level of balance. Well, because if you get enough, I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah,
no, I was gonna say, to your Tebow point, look at when Urban Meyer became the coach of Jacksonville. Tebow got a spot immediately. Like, I think he ultimately got cut,
and people lost their mind.
But he was able to play at tight end too.
Because it was so blatant that people lost their mind, right?
Yeah, they couldn't take it. Yeah, no doubt.
They the white people tried to cover him as much as they could, but the other whites were like, "Nah, he got to go. He can't play."
Can't play. Yeah.
Then they let him go play baseball in the majors.
They gave him all the opportunities in the world to do it, man. He a good dude. He just don't have the ability to do it. That's all.
I was gonna say,
that's all it is.
They even did it. I even now think they were talking about it on First Take with Skip and Shannon. I think at one point, like, the media or someone was hyping up, like, they've been Urban Meyer, like, oh, Tim Tebow at tight end, he's made some tremendous plays, this and that. And Shannon was kind of like, I played tight end and was a Hall of Fame. Like, bro, you can't just step in and play this position.
Shannon said it was ridiculous, but the thing about it, just like business, it goes to business too. Just like in business, you get a white guy, they let him fail 50 times, and keep giving him money until he wins. So I mean, that's just a fact. It's a reality. You can see it. You can see it in every aspect of life. So to pretend that race isn't a thing or the most important thing, I think is just absolutely insane.
Yeah, our foundation, just for people that are kind of curious, our foundation is basically Dr. Wells and Mr. Fuller, and here are the 9 areas of activity. As listed by Mr. Fuller, as far as being things that are basically foundationally affected by race. Number 1 is education. Number 2 is economics. Number 3 is entertainment. Number 4 is labor. Number 5 is law. Number 6 is politics. Number 7 is religion. Number 8 is sex. Number 9 is war. And I think Dr. Wells added 1 to it, which is health. And if you look at those disparities within this country or even globally, you would see that race is the primary driver of those things, not money. I mean, economics is on here, of course, at number 1. But what drives economics clearly is depriving those basically people that they don't classify as white. They want to keep the money. That's the whole reason. I'm not going to get into a political discussion, but I mean, if you understand politics and you understand geopolitics and the reason why the darkest peoples on this planet are the poorest people, you will have a better understanding by having an understanding of what race is. Just period. Not anything about it being, kind of like this shameful type of deal, or even blaming black people for their condition. You just have to just pay attention to the history and let the history be your guide. Let the history be your guide.
No,
Don't be emotional about it.
The other thing too to the sports conversation. I know we were talking about guys who washed out. The one person who was always the glaring example of the double standard, and he wasn't a washout. He's actually one of the best that played. Was Brett Favre. I mean, that guy had away with all sorts of just antics
and was a drug addict, and everybody knew. Everybody knows it. He was a drug addict too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
he never got suspended. He never got suspended for doing drugs, did he? Paradox. He never got suspended, did he?
Nope.
Maybe he did. I think maybe.
No, I don't think he did.
Maybe late.
I don't think so.
I don't think
I may have to check it, but if he did get suspended,
they're not going to sully his career like that. I don't think so. They ain't covered that up.
Good old Mississippi boy.
They protect black players all day, every day too, though. So, but anyway,
no doubt.
But I mean, the antics though, like I'll never forget, like the whole waffling back and forth on whether you were going to retire, and I'm coming out of retirement, or they even said like in the locker room, like at one point he requested like a locker away from his teammates and stuff like that. And I'm just like, if you a black player and you do something like that, like you were going to get blasted. For your leadership capacity, or like, are you a prima donna? Like, I mean, I remember when Kyler Murray was coming out and people said, oh, well, they thought he was they thought he was arrogant or cocky or something like that. And I was like, I was like, well, the guy gave back what, like $3-4 million, and decided to not play baseball. I was like, do you know anybody who's going to be, super humble, who's going to do that and say, I'm going to play? I mean, most people are not giving away $4 or $5 million. People are risk averse. They're just going to take the money and say, I'm good. So I was like, I'm sure he does have an element of cockiness and self-confidence that some people may have a problem with. But I'm like, I see where it comes from. So like I said, I've seen it in so many instances, but Favre was the worst.
Absolutely.
You want to do final thoughts on Paradox, or you got more you want to talk about? Possibly, if I can get because I'm stuck in traffic. I'm on 495, man. This rain is killing me, bro.
I know that hurricane is almost. It won't be here till later on though.
I think it's coming later tonight, early in the morning.
Yeah,
it's gonna be rough. So for sure,
it might not be though. Might not be.
I mean, I think it just mainly rain and some winds.
Some light wind.
Yeah, if you live on the coast, if you're around the Chesapeake and different places like that, you're gonna get the surge, so you're gonna get the 1 to 3 feet of flooding. But if you're not in those areas, you'll be fine, probably.
Yeah, so you're in Annapolis or
Salisbury, all those places, Ocean
Salisbury,
City.
Yeah, man. Ocean City. Oh my God. Can you imagine how wide open that joint is too? Man. Yeah, for sure, man. That's crazy.
No, I was gonna ask you though, Paradox. I missed the original topic of the stream. So like, do you think with this loss, outside of people celebrating things like that, does it do anything to Colorado? I mean, my thing is this. I think it just shows that hey, Deion did a lot, but to get up into that upper echelons, like you got to have a lot of linemen. I didn't get to watch a ton of the game, but that and let's be real, their best player was out as well.
No, their best player was on Twitch streaming. He was streaming.
He was on Twitch.
NBA 2K.
Oh my God, boy! To be 19, 18, be 20 again, man.
Wearing his donkey pajamas or whatever they were.
But yeah, no,
it's good. He's in good spirits,
it does anything. Does it?
No.
I
My
think
whole thing was. I mean, obviously, I was joking with the title, but the whole thing was just really. I knew. Only reason why I did it was I knew once it happens, what's going to happen socially, not necessarily the X's and O's. What's going to happen socially, and just talk about that part because obviously, it makes you stronger. It makes you. I mean, he's a winner, so I mean, you know what I'm saying. Right? It makes you better, makes you stronger. It's going to make them. They need to feel all of it, right, and figure it because he's going to learn even from the guys that are there. Yeah, y'all was all great because he's going to be using that, right? Y'all was great, but you lost. You know, this is what he do, and so I love the process. I love the process of it because DC even said it. Some of the kids was like, man, he was hyping us up, but we got smoked. It's gonna affect them, right?
Yeah,
it's gonna affect them.
Other kids gonna be like, man, I can't wait to play SC. I'm gonna show them. So he's gonna get this is what you get. This is the game. This is why I love it. So the other conversation that he was trying to interject is obviously asinine, irrelevant stupidity. But really talking about what it means to be a winner and what it means to be a loser when you're playing sports, how you feel, the emotions of it, the excitement of it. Does it make you work out harder in the gym? I love that stuff, right? So it's not anything being negative. People have a bad habit of chasing negativity because their life is maybe horrific or they have depression or they're dealing with whatever issue they're dealing with. But when you're looking at something this exciting, you get to sort of see inspiration. Inspiration drives economy, drives capitalism, drives people to invent things. It's all that's tied to American culture, in my opinion. And football is a great expression of it. And so seeing Deion take something that's nothing, like anything else when you invent something, and then try to figure out how to win, right? That's the whole point. I mean, me and DC are Cowboy fans. We've been struggling for 28 years, right? But we hope and pray and we yell and we loud and it ain't about Dallas ain't about X's and O's. Dallas is about making money, right? We about getting that money. You know what I'm saying? So we wish Jerry Jones was about X's and O's, but he's about attention and getting clicks.
Well, the other thing too is I think it'll motivate Deion in the sense of like, because I always thought, when we came out in the press conference and the first one was like, hey, do you believe now? Nah, I saw, I was like, dang, he's really setting it up for like when he takes that first real big L for people to really come at him and be like,
oh, for sure.
Yeah. be like, oh yeah, we don't like, do you believe now? This, that, like what happened? Like, you really put that target, on you. But I think the greater thing will be, if he is able to respond and, either be competitive in this SC game or like still have a good season, it'll kind of shut down people who sort of think, oh, well, he's arrogant and, how's this guy going to respond when things don't go his way? Because, that's going to be the real critique of a lot of people of Deion is like, this is all well and good when he's winning, but, how is Colorado going to respond? How are the fans going to respond? How is he going to? Yeah.
Right. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out where the resilience is. The real fans, the real support. But that's what you want. But you want to shake them out. You want to shake them out.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's the good part of it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I just have a concern for the children, for the kids, how they look at the game. I mean, they're young men now, so they're not children, but how the young men are looking at the game and stuff like that. So,
but it'll be
my concern.
But it'll be a lesson that they will learn for the rest of their life, though. When you know what I'm saying, when you lose, how you deal with it in life in general. When you lose something, how do you deal with it? Right. It's a lesson being there. It's a lesson there.
Sometimes that's the biggest lesson, no doubt about it.
And truth be told, you got to remember, we forget about it, but Deion was what 4-3 or something like that his first year at JSU. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a great record.
Was. Yeah, it wasn't that. Yeah, it wasn't. This is his first year, man. So yeah, I mean, it is. But I know a lot of people couldn't wait for this day to happen. And
that's because he hyped it up so much. It's like basically to me, what it reminds me of is Floyd Mayweather boxing type thing. Like the boxers who get really hyped up. Like I was supporting my man. He got beat by Terrence Howard, but I was really on the what's his name? Oh man,
Floyd didn't lose, but Deontay Wilder when he lost.
Yeah, Deontay's another one. Yeah,
you saw that sort of element of people coming out and really showing their colors.
And those guys bring in a lot of fair weather fans, and they don't really know about the X's and O's. They don't really know about boxing or football or whatever. So it's more about the entertainment aspect and getting them to watch, right? And then you lose, you win, and we keep it moving, you know. So
Yeah.
you don't have to make it, obviously, don't have to necessarily be bigger than that, of course. But then you know the fun part of what when you lose is to come back, right? That's the American thing, you know. You lose, you work your way back up, right? Rise like a phoenix, all that jargon.
Yeah. True. True.
Now,
All right, man. Well, I'm about to jump off, man, myself, man. So I don't know, like,
wait,
you gonna
quick question,
go?
DC.
Yeah. Yeah. Go
Before
ahead.
you jump, I did have one question because I know you played football.
Yeah.
The one thing I was thinking, I brought this up to Paradox earlier, was like with Dion, do you think he has the skill set that he could have gone the traditional way? Like everybody's saying he's being a disruptor. Could he have gone the traditional way and been successful of, okay, you know, getting a college job as a position coach and then having to try to work and become a coordinator and then become, you know, a head coach? Do you think he
Man.
could have actually made it that way? Because I was telling Paradox, the skill set of running a program and doing what he's doing now is very
Yeah.
different from the X's and O's day to day of,
It
you
is.
know, being a coordinator. And that's why you see so many coordinators that don't make it as a head coach. So was it almost just beneficial to him to go the Jackson State route, get the head
The
coaching
way
experience, and show, hey, I can be a head coach and go from there versus trying to go the position route and almost develop two different skill sets?
I think the way his personality is, just how Dion is himself, is such a big personality. It's so kind of overall, kind of overwhelming that if he was like a position coach, it would just kind of like take over the team. It would just be people would gravitate to him. So it's probably good that he's in the coaching role instead of being a position coach or a coordinator. You don't want that kind of overarching kind of deal where people are looking to the coordinator as the leader of the team instead of the head coach. So you might as well have that person in position to kind of delegate. And I think he works better that way too, to be honest with you. I think he's more even keel when he's the head coach. I think if he was more of a position coach, he'll probably be more frustrated. He'll probably be more frustrated. He can't just go to the next thing and kind of keep it about the team. You know, I think this helps him even be a better coach. Some people have coordinated personalities. Some people have head coaching personalities. He has a head coaching personality. He has to kind of stay involved into the game. If he's constantly critiquing you, like normally like a guy that's like a coordinator type, they're more about the X's and O's and they're really critical. You know what I mean? So they're all about what you did on that play previously and how we can get to the next play on that side of the football. They're not really caring about everything else that's going on. They're really specifically dealing with the offense if you're OC, and then specifically dealing with the defense if you're the DC.
Yep.
You know, you kind of incorporate the game at the end of the game, of course. You kind of think about it, but especially towards the beginning, you know, the first 15 plays when you're scripting, you kind of getting the feel for the game. They're really focused on how they're going to play defense or how they're going to play offense during the early parts of the game. But Dion kind of sees it from an overall perspective, and he's getting into the motivating. He's making sure his players are ready to play. He's making sure that everybody's in the right mindset, and that basically he can kind of take an overarching look at the game and kind of coach it from there. So I think he does a good job of doing that.
Yeah, and see, that's why, like, you know, when people say the model, I'm like, you got to have a very specific path for people who are going to try to emulate that Dion path of, you know, being a leader. Because that's a great point. To your point, you don't want a position coach being, you know, the de facto leader of the team. And that's why when I hear someone like Jerry Jones saying, oh, you know, Dion would be a great coach, this and that, I'm like, oh, are you prepared to like hand him over the keys as the head coach? Because you can't really bring this guy in as just like, you know, a position coach or something, or even a coordinator. I mean, like you said, the personality is so large.
Absolutely. DC, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here, but I gotta
Cool.
I gotta
All right. You got any final thoughts, Renaissance man?
No, that was really my final thoughts. I just wanted to, like I said, pick DC's brain on that. So,
Oh, okay.
No, great stream as always, and I'll catch you brothers up, catch up with you brothers later.
Thanks for
All
coming
righty,
through, man.
appreciate
We
it.
appreciate you, brother son.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You got any final thoughts?
The only thing I want to say is that if you like the program, so what? If you don't like the program, so what? Get free your own way and do what you got to do to survive in this. That's it.
Well, this is the code breaker. You are no longer in the manosphere. You are in the outer realm. This is Paradox.
And this is D. Until next time. Peace.